we're 30 something trillion in the hole. And it's like at some point, something was going to have to happen.
Hmm.
And I've been warning about the loss of Section 8 and food stamp benefit and all of that for about a decade because trillions of dollars in a hole and the payment on that trillions of dollars is like more than the budget, or almost more than the actual budget.
Hmm.
And the fact of the matter is, it's gotten to this point, and now you have oligarchs in control of trying to figure out this mess, which they really aren't. They're just going to exploit it to their benefit, which makes it worse. So if we had actual advocates, especially when the Democrats have the power, then we would hope that at least the solutions to such debt would be, have a lot more humanity in it than when the oligarch get in control of it. So it's just a painful situation. At the end of the day, with trillions and 30 plus trillion dollars in the hole, it's not that things cost more per se. It's just the dollar is worth less,
Hmm.
and it's going to keep dropping and keep dropping until it's worth not a damn thing. And so that's the reality. It's a grim reality, but it's the reality. 30 plus trillion in the hole, something was going to have to give, and unfortunately, oligarchs are the ones making the decision about this thing. So that's the framework that I'm gonna leave you working with, brother. Peace.
Yeah, yeah. No, peace, brother. Appreciate you being here as usual. And dropping the insight, right? Because the framework is real. And like it's one thing to be like, oh, we don't like this or whatever the case may be, but that deficit is gonna be here for your grands to deal with, right? Or our children, our grands, like, and it just running it up. Like there's no plan. There seems to be no plan to even almost bring it down. Y'all can jump in on that. Let me see what y'all are
And
saying.
that's why we needed to really push for reparations so hard because trillions and trillions are owed to us. And we steady watching this thing go up now double digit trillions of dollars.
Hmm.
But every time we came to say, hey, there's a debt that America owes, and we have severe issues in our community, we need money. We need these resources. And we kept allowing, our party to stall us out. And we allowed our so
Uh-oh. You went out on me, brother.
from a compromised position. Everybody else go in, they pushing for they're trying to get everything and start from getting everything and then negotiating it down. We go in there saying, well, we ain't gonna be able to get everything. Well, you know what? That's why we steady losing. So now with tens of trillions in debt, you know, now yeah, it actually is not feasible. But those in the so-called new black media like Tariq Nasheed and Professor Black Truth and them, they're like, you know what? Hey, yeah, we hear it. Cut that check. Yeah, you still owe. Cut that check. Yeah, we know trillions and dollars, tens of trillions in whole. Cut that check. At this point, that's all we could really try to do as a community is really advocate for our best interests at this point. So I wanted to add that little tidbit too.
No, that's a good point because I'm in the team cut that check. Like I ain't trying to hear about, your trillions in debt because they continue to spend and take us deeper in debt. So if you got money to spend and give to, the richest 84, I believe there's 84 or 86 billionaires in this country, you got enough money to cut us a check as the value of the dollar continues to decrease around the world. I don't know if y'all are like really paying attention, right? But I was just in Ghana in November of 2024, and the value of the dollar to the CD was 15 to 1, right? So for every dollar I had, I get 15 CDs. And last month, I believe it was last month, it just crashed to $10, 10 CDs to $1. So a 33% change in value. So just imagine the Americans that are living in Ghana that thought they had whatever money they had, all of a sudden became 33% less valuable. But that's what's happening to us every day while you're watching these prices go up, right? And, you know, try not to give you the business angle of it. But as you're watching these prices, consumer prices go up, it's not necessarily things are getting more expensive. Your dollar ain't worth shit. It just is what it is. They just keep printing money. I think what is the debt, national debt now? $37 trillion or something like that. If it ain't 37
Pretty
now, it'll be
close.
37 in a couple of days, right? Like, right? Like close, right? It is dramatically increasing because of things that they're doing. And listen, this ain't the Republicans, y'all. This ain't a Republican thing. Oh, they run the debt up. They don't care. The Democrats run the debt up as well, right? They are both guilty in this thing. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. And honestly, I don't know what to do. I was talking to my big brothers are in the next room, y'all. So y'all hear some noise. You just know that the Taylors are loud. You think I'm loud. We loud as a people, right? And oh, I hear Daddy too. Daddy in there as well, right? But my brothers are like the most financial and fiscally responsible individuals that I know. So I'm always going to them and trying to figure out what y'all doing with y'all money. Where y'all, what y'all got going on? And for the first time, they was like, man, I don't know what the hell is going on, right? Like, I'm not really sure what we should be doing, right? Now, to me, that was the most ominous sign of we in fucking trouble, right? Because no matter what has been going on, I've always been able to get guidance and leverage and understanding from them. And to hear them say, bro, I ain't really sure. It's like, oh shit. Like for real, like, oh, okay, so everybody is literally in a quandary over what we should do. And I hear people saying and talking about, hey, no, you gotta leave. We gotta leave this country. We gotta do this, but where are you gonna go? And like the brother closest to me said, he said, well, you gotta understand, even if you go somewhere else, you got to convert your money to a different currency. Because if America is in this devaluation period, right, where I don't know if y'all know who Ray Dalio is. I'm trying not to get too crazy on this conversation, but I read and I study. I'm trying to grow and learn, right? And legacy people, you like, we're gonna have these discussions because we got to get serious about this and figure out what the hell we're gonna do with the money that you spent a lifetime working to accumulate. What do we do with it though, right? Yeah, that's deep. No, it's real, Ron. Like this is. It's not. Listen, these times it ain't a game out here, right? But if you go to another country, so say I'm in South Africa, or I'm in Canada, hell, I'm in what y'all like Dubai. Everybody go to Dubai. I hate Dubai, y'all. By the way, like I hate y'all. If y'all go in there, I hate it. You don't know the history of Dubai, how they got rich and how they continue to make their money. It's the gold capital of the world. Where they getting their gold from? You ain't even never. Anyway, let me stop. But you go to another country, if you don't convert your currency and the American dollar continues to crash, yeah, I mean, you still in this, you might as well be in America, right? Like, so you got to convert the currency. Listen, I'm not anybody asking me to approve anything. I'm never approving anything ever. Save your request, right? Somebody just requested something. I'm always going to tag no, right? Anybody was on the Juneteenth, give me a June in the comments if y'all was here for Juneteenth. Something nasty happened, and I'll never allow that again, right? So I'm always going to tag no. Don't be like Freddie being rude. He won't let me record. Watch the YouTube presentation. Um, But if you don't convert the currency, then you might as well be here because like the Americans that was in Ghana, and I mean, it was like, it wasn't even like this happened gradually. That 33% change happened like literally overnight. But if you don't convert your currency, then you're still going to be subjected to whatever is happening back home. So this is just for those of you that are thinking about leaving. Now, you convert your currency and then that currency gets weakened, right? Like this is a wild time that we are in, y'all. And I don't know, I want you to be aware of the options. I don't have the answer for you. Um, I am I'm going to leave. Like I'm leaving the country. Like there's no doubt about it. I was thinking this year, but I'm thinking next year, like I'm out. And it's not just because Trump is in office acting wow. It's a lot of it is I want to explore the world around us, and I got things to see and do. And I'll be 50 next year, right? Like, and black men live to what is it, 72, I think, on average. I got like 22 years. And hopefully I can be like my daddy. I got 42 years, right? Like, but how many people in our condition, our community live that long? So I don't want to have no regrets. I want to go see. So I'll have more experience over the next year, 12, 18 months, 24 months to tell you like what I really, really think. But we have to consider the financial element, right? Because even if you got retirement, oh, I'm set. I got my Social Security. Do you? Like, what's in that bill? Like, what's coming next? Right? You will, we will. Yeah, yeah. I'm a Brian, I share. I always say I can see 4th of July. So you're young. Thank you. Carvel. Yeah, yeah. I'm reminded of him by my father, right? Yeah. I got time, but I don't want to waste it, right? I wasted my youth being youthful. So I'm interested in being fruitful. I'm 70. Yeah, thank you, Ernestine. Yeah, I hope to be 70, right? Like think about that. Like you're 70, you're blessed, right? Um, a lot of us don't make it that long. I'm from the neighborhood where you 25, you old,
Yes.
right? Yeah, somebody felt that one, right? But that's real. I mean that's where a lot of us grew up, right? Like in situations where we're not expected to live that long because the system's dynamic is set up against us. And I don't know, I'm like all over the place right now, but I got I got a lot on my mind and today, but I appreciate y'all being here today. But it's a lot going on. There's a lot of conversations that need to be had. What is going on with my screen? There we go. You're blessed. Definitely, Ernestine. I try to remind myself. Next Sunday I'll be 77. All right. Hey Pamela, how you doing? Happy birthday, early birthday. My daddy would say, oh, young woman, right? Like so he would call you young. Keep that in mind. It's always who are you talking to? I was hoping I could get him on today, but he got his boys out here. So the babies, right, are out here. My brothers are out here. So he's yucking it up in the background. But I appreciate y'all being here, but hey, 77 is definitely young. All right. Yeah, great nomads. Oh, nomads, 77 and nomads. That's the flex. Listen, young people. And listen, if you in your 50s and 60s, you young people, right? To the crowds that we serve, right? Nomads is the flex, right? That is like a super flex because a lot of us are unfortunately in our 40s on medicines, right? Like so we gotta have this nod to health and eating right and treating ourselves correctly and honoring the body, the temple, right? Honoring the temple, the vessel of the body, right? A lot of us talk that talk, but we don't walk the walk, right? And we need to start thinking about the habits that you pass along to the next generation. So 4th is July, right? Hopefully y'all were here for our event, the 4th of July event that we had on Friday. Um, but we talked, we dealt with the history and the truth, but we also talked a lot about the future and the youth and what are we leaving to the next generation. And to all my ones, the people that's here new, right? This is my opportunity to just be raw and crass with you. So if you got like sensitive ears, just be a little easy, but um we got to get our shit together. We can't continue to hide behind respectability and decency and at the peril of our future. Somebody got to be able to talk to you straight. I don't know who that cousin is for you, that auntie, that sister, that brother, but we gonna pretend this brother Freddie. And if ain't nobody in your life telling you to get your shit together, then he is I and I am him, right? As I get my shit together, because we got children and grandchildren that are literally depending on us being our best, not depending on us being, but being our best. What does your best version of you look like? Somebody got to hold you to that task. And as I hold myself accountable, I am going to hold you as well, right? So I'm going to dare you to be not only good, I'm not going to dare you to not only be better, I'm going to dare you to be fucking fantastic because your future deserves it. And by your future, I'm talking about them grands, talking about them great grands. I'm talking about the great great grands that you ain't even met, but you know they are going to be here because you're here. There is a replenishing process that goes on Earth, right? Like we have life, we experience it, we enjoy it, and then we pass that blessing down to others to have in our lineage. But what if you showed up as the best version of you? What if every day you went hard? And many will say, Freddie, you don't have to curse in order to get that point across. Maybe, but God's still working on me. I ain't done yet. Regina, let me let you in before I turn this conversation way too different. So come on in, sister. What you got to say?
I
Uh,
really just wanted to ask a question. I misunderstood one of the emails that came and said something was being intellectual was being rescheduled for the 15th because I was looking for the link to get on for the 4th of July. And therefore, because of that, I didn't get on because I thought it had been changed. So is there a way I can see that? Because I meant to be on here.
I'm gonna go to let me look at on the YouTube page. You might be able to view it. We sold the replay of it, and we normally take it down. I don't know if it's down yet,
Okay.
y'all. I do not mess with the tech. I
Okay.
show up and run my mouth, Regina.
Okay.
And the team handles that. So I'm looking right now. It looks like if you go to our YouTube page, the live is still up.
Okay.
Now it's probably going to be taken down. It should be down by now, to be honest with you. But if you go check it out, it's still up there for now. Or there was an option to purchase the replay so that you can have it.
So
But
I did purchase the replay
oh, you'll get
for,
it.
no, no, not for this, because I thought that was going to be on the 15th of this month. But the replay
Hmm.
for, let me see, when you had all those speakers on, it was awesome.
June,
Yeah, Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
And so is there access, how do I get access to that?
You should have got an email with the replay if you purchased it.
Okay.
So if you don't have it or it's
Oh,
buried or whatever, just shoot an email to
okay.
support at urbanintellectuals.com. I'll drop it down in
Okay.
the comments. But if y'all are ever having any issues with us, support at urbanintellectuals.com. Just shoot an email there and just explain whatever the issue is. Or, hey, I ordered the replay. I don't got it. How do
Hmm.
I get it? You should have had it sent to you, but don't worry about it.
Okay.
The
That's
team will
fine.
definitely take
Okay.
care of you. But anytime any issues arise, shoot that email, right? And
Okay. Yes,
I'll tell
sir.
y'all, it's armed by my baby boy. My youngest is our customer support manager, and
Thank
he'll take
you.
care. I tell him that your grandma on the other end of that boy, so you better. Y'all let me know if he ain't like respectful now. Like let me know. But he should be. Yeah, he's trained well. He definitely take care of his grandma. So he
Yes.
definitely take care of y'all. But while I got you here,
All right.
I
All
mean,
right.
are you on here?
Nah.
What the 4th of July? Why did that resonate with you? What does that mean to you?
Well, to me, after, seeing all about Juneteenth and all, you realize the 4th of July was not the 4th, or it was not freedom for
Mm,
us. And we didn't get our freedom until actually when we got it, the people in Texas just didn't know about it to June 10th. And I was looking at all this fireworks that was just going up on the 4th. I said, we need to have explosive fireworks just like that on Juneteenth
mm.
and get it bedded into our souls that this is the history for us and we need to change it. Because I have bought some of your cars and the games I play with the kids next door because I don't have any grands. But my thing is, there's so much they're not getting, even if they're in school. They're not hearing that. And therefore, I really wanted to see who was going to be on there and what information they was going to give that I still probably didn't know. And that's why I was so devastated when I found out, no, they didn't. I changed it on my calendar. But okay, I'm gonna try to get over there and see it today.
Okay, thank you for that, and I apologize
That's okay.
for whatever the email. Obviously, we sent out something incorrectly, so I definitely apologize about that. But it was a tremendous
I know it
discussion. I got
was.
Sister Gwen on here, so she was one of the speakers for the 4th of July. So I'm hoping maybe she'll come on and give us a little juice because she's fired up, and I do want to extend that conversation.
Yeah,
So we're gonna get a little bit today. Hopefully, if she's
hopefully. All
on.
right.
Sister Gwen, thank you. There she goes. She raised her hand. We about to get into it now. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Regina. You got us fired up. All right, Sister Gwen, let me let you in here. Uh, how you doing, sister? I don't know again, y'all, we didn't plan any of this.
So, hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want to say hello to everyone. I am definitely not camera ready.
Me
Nowhere
neither.
near
Hey, me neither. Look, don't worry about
near
it.
anything that I can put this camera on. But it's good to see 71 people on. It's good to. I was asking Freddie, could your dad come on for a little bit? Uh,
I might be
and
able to get him. I might can pull him away, but he got his boys out there, so
Yeah,
he
so
happy.
yeah, when you said that, I can understand. But if he can come on, that would be great because unfortunately I missed the last one. But a couple of things I think we need to just we all need to take a breath. And the first thing, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of our mental health and our physical health. It's wonderful to hear someone say, I'm, at such and such an age and I'm not on meds. Right now, thank God I'm not on meds. I'm on supplements because you have to get your vitamin D. I was listening to a doctor and he was saying if you have 10,000, what is that, milligrams of, you should have at least 10,000 milligrams because 5,000 just kind of goes away. And so the next 5,000 will absorb because that's one of the scary things about us. We don't get enough sunlight and we don't have enough vitamin D, which helps with the immune system and also can ward off or help cancer not to form. So that's something. And with the stressors that we're going through with the baby in chief in the White House, we need to make sure that we really boost our immune system. I would say for me, I take elderberry because that I found out that elderberry was really important to take during COVID season, and COVID season really isn't over. People are still getting COVID. So elderberry is good, multivitamin, and Also, there was a lady who was speaking last Sunday, the Sunday before last, about milk thistle. So I started taking that, and also ashwagandha for stress. I get it. Nature Bounty has, and I hope this doesn't seem like a commercial, but Nature Bounty has stress and anxiety, and it has ashwagandha, and it's a good formula of ashwagandha. And ashwagandha helps to take away the cortisol, and that cortisol is really, it's good for us if we're in flight or fright, but it's not good for us on a regular basis. It holds weight. It doesn't do the things, the good things for us. And I'm saying all of this because I know I feel almost a depression, but I use my faith and everything to move forward and say, what can we do? But and a lot of us have said, or a lot of people have said, oh, we've been here before. And as I said on the interview, we have never been here before. We have been in Jim Crow, and Jim Crow has been was relegated basically south, but it did creep north, but not in the sense that a leader, a president was trying to take away all of our rights. And so one of the things that was I mentioned on the fourth interview was about the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. We have to keep that in front of us because just a quick review. I hope, and I know some of you have been in the adult class with me, and we went over this, but I try to do it more regularly now because the 13th Amendment gave us our freedom. The 14th Amendment gave us our citizenship and our protection under the law. So if you call the police, they're supposed to call me because sometimes they don't. They're supposed to come. And the 15th Amendment gave Black men the right to vote. Later, Black women and white women were given the right to vote, but the 15th Amendment. So those three amendments are crucial. But the one that you keep hearing the baby in chief talk about is the 14th Amendment. And that is crucial because if he gets his way, and he is talking about he's trying to, as he did with the immigrants, he's trying to now say, oh, we have some bad actors in who are citizens. So he's trying to get people's mind to the point that we will accept actual citizens being shipped to Easter Blip and not say anything. So if he's able to do, and the Supreme Court has allowed him to do a little bit with the 14th Amendment, but they haven't taken it away altogether. But if he gets to that point, we will not have citizenship. We will lose all of the rights that come along with citizenship, including your voting right. But most importantly, you will lose protection under the law. So if the police, if you have to call the police or even emergency, they can say, oh, well, we don't have to come because they don't have citizenship. Plus the fact that that would allow for concentration camps, imprisonment, and everything else that's negative. Now, I'm not trying to make you more depressed, but I'm trying to say, let us not. Yes, we need our downtime. We need where's your boots on the ground, where's your fan at, and all of that is fine for a time. But then you get back up and you go. What I have been teaching for the last 2 months with the children, and now starting with the adults, is how our ancestors resisted. They're starting all the way back 5,000 years with Queen Amanirenas, who resisted the Romans, defeated the Romans. and we looked at her tactics, her strategies. And that's one of the things that will empower us. Number one, knowing your history empowers you. And that's the last thing. That's why they're trying to erase our history, because they don't want us to feel empowered. So knowing our history empowers us, but we have to look at our history through different lenses. First, to know who was who and what they did, but also looking at the lens, and this is what we've done with the children in the Sankofa Club/Nation, and with the Sankofa Circle with adults. We are getting to that. When you look at history and you only look at it, what they did in the past, then that's where it stays in the past. And that was great and that was wonderful. But when you look at it as something to look at today, how do you compare what they did? So we looked at Queen Manoranus, I'm sorry, always mess up her name, and how, number one, she didn't fear the Romans. She defeated the Romans. She had tactics. She had unity. The themes that we see through all of the people we've examined is that there was strategy, there was collaboration with other people who saw the vision. And then, this is the key, after the battle was won, after the peace was gained, then they continued to build. Hannibal did it. Queen Amarainus did it. Hannibal did it. Santowa, who protected the Golden Stool from the British who wanted to take it back to Britain, and she fought. She said, if all the women fight, the men said, I'm not sure, but the Queen Santowa said, well, if the men don't fight, we women will fight to the last of us. And then the men joined in. But afterwards, they continued to build. The thing that we have done, we fought in the civil rights, and then we took the rest of our time, which now I believe was some kind of warped strategy, to make the dream of Dr. King, which it was a good dream, but we did not realize what we were working with. We thought we were working with people who were good or half Christian or Christian or what have you. We did not realize that we were working with the people that we were working with. I want to say something else, but not to.
I'll say it. Don't worry about it. When it's my turn, I'll say it.
That's just demons. We did not realize that we were working with such demonic powers. We thought that we were working with people that had conscience and empathy, but really, if I go on the psychological as a counselor, the empathy part for people who are non-melanated people is not there because of their experience. So I'm going to speak quickly on both. For the people of non-melanated, because of their experience in caves and fighting with one another for just one morsel or piece of food, they lost their empathy. If you really look at them as a group, not individually, because we all know good, as the old folks used to say, there are some good white people. So we all know good white people, but the group as a whole, they lost their empathy and they are more institutionalized. We are more community. They will put their children in what I want to say, the schools that they send them away to, and we want to keep our children with us. So their whole focus is different from ours. And when we finally thought we had finished the fight of civil rights, then we tried to integrate. And even on my own experience, that has been an impossible task because we weren't working with the same materials of mental health materials that we have. We as a people, we're communal. We will help people. We will be giving And on the by and large, now you have some that are not, don't do the same things, but on the by and large, we are more forgiving and a very empathetic people. So therefore, trying to mesh that together, we took our communal sense. I believe the best examples were all of the towns and cities that we built, like Black Wall Street, Wilmington, North Carolina. We took our communal sense when we realized that something wrong with those people over there, so let us go and make our own thing. We took our communal sense, and there's countless towns and places that we formed that were working beautifully. But the people on the institutional mind start looking over, and that institutional mind also breeds that jealousy. And then they wanted and did destroy a lot of our places. But that doesn't mean that we can't come back and do the same thing again. But we have to realize what we're working with. I think that has been one of our fallacies. We are hoping and praying and pleading. When we started working towards integration, we were just saying, well, just give me a seat at the table. And they were giving us lawn chairs and stoops instead of the regular chairs. What we should have done going back, knowing our history about our other leaders who have fought, like Sundiata, who was the real Lion King. And after he fought to form Malay and the people that he met and the unification that they had, he continued to build the kingdom. So when we realized that they weren't open to letting us have a seat at the table, we should have gone and built our own table with our own chairs and our own all of the things that we needed to do. But we were so focused on making this happen that we didn't realize that we needed to do our own thing. And then I think there was the fear of not really understanding the Muslims and where they were saying separation. And we were trying, those of us who were Christians were trying not to be, to show that, oh no, we can integrate. But the honest point that we lost was that on their side, we were working with people who have little to no empathy. But on our side, let's look at us. We like our trauma and drama. We will start our history, and we keep telling people, let's go back all the way to the beginning, and we will, yeah, but let's just talk about slavery. And what I'm realizing is we like our trauma and drama because that's what we know. And it's unfortunately because of enslavement, it's embedded in our DNA. And we continue to perpetrate this by allowing our children and our children's children to continue to stay in that trauma drama mode. I know each and every one of us have gone down the street and heard somebody talking on the phone, and we hear on the phone them saying, yeah, then I told him and he told me, and and it's all this heightened drama. And I've heard so many people do that. I looked at them and said, oh my God, is this person getting ready to have a heart attack about nothing? And then some of the programs that we watch programs, yeah, we like to see ourselves, but does every program have to have a drug dealer? Does every program have to have some kind of trauma and drama? I mean, I know that drives the program, but a lot of times, looking at everybody have their own trauma and drama, and then we create that ourselves. So one of the things we have to look at as people is that we need to try to get that out of our system. And one of the best ways is to know our ancient history, and then look at it through, as I said, different lenses. The lens that we're looking at right now through is resistance. We've in the classes we've looked at our history and our heroes and leaders through other lenses, such as the leadership, looking at them through the lens of dreaming and then building our dreams like O.W. Gurley, not just saying this is what I want to do, but actually doing it. So when you look at history and dissect it in terms of these kinds of things, then you can look at it in terms of what is that saying to us today. So many times during class, I will ask, what after teaching about someone, what does that say to us today? Like William M. Trotter. William M. Trotter went right to Woodrow Wilson and had a conversation, two conversations with him when he got thrown out because he was so angry that Woodrow Wilson had promised Black people that he would end segregation, that he was for the Black people, that their lives would be better than ever before. Doesn't that remind you of something? But when Woodrow Wilson got into office, the first thing he did was segregate the federal building. And so William Trotter was like, incensed. He was like, how would you tell us these lies? We voted for you. And then but it didn't budge Woodrow Wilson because, again, you're looking at a person. When you start to see people through the lens of empathy and not having empathy, you begin to understand why people respond the way they respond. So to wrap this up, I know I've been long. To wrap this up, we have to know, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to get our rest. Make sure you're getting your 8 hours of sleep or more because warriors are not weak. And that's what each and every one of us are right now. We're warriors, and warriors can't be weak. We can't be just kind of making it. We have to be healthy. We have to be healthy physically and mentally. So warriors can't be weak. Number one. So we have to take care of ourselves physically and mentally. And then we have to know, listen carefully about what is going on. And then we have to strategize like our ancestors. What is the strategy? And then we have to implement it. And then we have to have a plan after the strategy. Right now, we need to all be talking about I read that it's 2027 because the Republicans don't want to start it in 26 because
the elections.
The elections, right, the midterms. So they want to wait till after the midterms, like, until the impact hits. But we need to right now, okay, these children will not have breakfast and lunch. That was in that bill. So we need to have a plan in place. If the food stops, we start, and not a breath of sunlight goes or light goes through the crack of between the government stopping or the process of the food, breakfast and lunch, and us starting. That's what we need to start working on all over this country. How are the children getting fed? Who's doing it, how often, and make a plan, and then we have that in place. Where there's the Medicare issue, we need to start looking at how can there be doctors and facilities for our seniors to go to that either they don't have to pay or their pay is minimal. So we have a little bit of time, and instead of not putting our heads in the sand, not just going into trauma and drama, we need to go into action and have strategies and plans in place so that when 2027 comes around, we'll be like, oh, I'm cool, we're good, we're good. what can we do to bind or combine our money so that we don't have to rely on the government, but we can maybe be giving out subsidies ourselves. That's what O.W. Gurley, the white, did for Black Wall Street. The white people would come to Black Wall Street for loans because they knew that they would get a better and fairer shake with the black banks and Black Wall Street than they would with their own banks. So these are the things that we need to do. We need to have our list and we need to be doing. But to feed the children, we need to teach the children. And that's the other thing. Churches, anybody here on that's a part of a church or mosque or synagogue, might be some, or you are part of all of the organizations. Start libraries. They've taken out the books. We put them in those places. We put them in our church. We put them in our organizations and have libraries so that, and all people need to do, if everybody bought one book, we could fill libraries of your organizations, of your church, and everywhere. We whatever they take out, we put in. So the for the churches and mosque and any other gathering place where people can come and get books, and then all you have to say is, if you decide to keep the book, then just replace the book, or really instill that people return the books. But if they decide to keep that book, then they are going to be responsible to replace the book. So all of these things will give us a sense of power. Because the worst thing that can happen to a people is that you feel powerless, and we're not. We have the power, we have the ingenuity, and just also beware of the Genius Act. I need to do a little bit more research on the Genius Act, but it was about the crypto and everything. So as I started, I know Freddie's gonna laugh. I started to say Reverend Freddie. As Freddie was talking about
I like that, Reverend Freddie. There we go. Pastor Taylor. Let's go.
so we talk about the dollar being the dollar losing its value. The Genius Act, they slid that under us, by us, and nobody heard about it. Or if you heard about it, you didn't pay attention because they were busy bombing Iran. And everybody was saying, "Oh Lord, are you coming? It's the world ending. What is, World War III?" And while we were doing all of that and being all upset about that, they just slid that in. So that's something else. It's called the Genius Act, and it's about currency, crypto, and everything else. I need to do a little bit more research about it to speak on it, but I'm just saying that we need to watch our the final thing is distractions. Try to make sure that you don't have distractions, because yes, trying to alleviate some of the stress is important, but don't let the relieving of the stress become a distraction, and don't let them distract you, because the baby in chief, he is a master of distractions. He'll have you looking left when they're doing something right. He'll have you looking up when they're doing something down. So just keep that in mind. And I think I'm through. Thank you.
Definitely come back when you're ready, sister. We definitely appreciate you all the time. Lots to think about. We got a couple of hands up. I want to take a moment. I put that Genius Act. I hadn't heard of that, by the way, sister. So I'm glad that you said that. I pulled it up. Y'all can see it right here, right? The Genius Act, or the Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins Act, is a bill passed by the U.S. Senate that establishes a regulatory framework for stable coins. If you're wondering what the hell is a stable coin, you're being left behind. I want you to understand, if you don't know what stable coin is, you got to go do some deep, dark research in a hurry because you are missing a boat that's happening. This is that Bitcoin conversation, and everybody laughed at Bitcoin. But I tell you what, I was introduced to Bitcoin in 2011. It was under $100 a coin. And Brother Freddie thought, like all of y'all thought, it's what? Why would you do that? Brother Freddie did not buy. Brother Freddie bought it for 2016. It was $4,400 a coin. Brother Freddie started buying in. All right. But I was late to the party. So if you still ain't in this stablecoin act, listen, there's a wealth transfer happening right in front of our eyes. It's been happening for 15 years now, but we ain't been paying attention because, we skeptical of every damn thing. Everything is a scam. They scamming us. This is trash. Well, the truth is, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and work hard is the damn scam. That's the scam, right? Like, that's the scam that we bought, locked, sold, and gave to our children and our grandchildren. That's the American way. That shit is not the American way, right? Anyway, if you don't know what stable coins are, bruh, go do some homework. There is like folks getting rich. Brother Freddie ain't got there yet. I'm rich adjacent. That's my word. I'm rich adjacent. I know rich people. Right? But Brother Freddie's invested in stable coins, right? Is invested in crypto. And like the next run that take off, Brother Freddie gonna be, when you see me on that yacht, don't be acting funny because Brother Freddie told you I'm not a gatekeeper, right? Anyway, Sister Gwen gave some good game with a lot of what she's talking about. And we got to can we talk about stable coins and legacy? Yes, Adela, let's do that. Let's dive deeper. So as I learn, I'll share. Okay. Hold me to that, Adela. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll just give you one. I'm deep in XRP. I've been in XRP for a long, long time. Trump got in office. And I'm sorry to make this about crypto real quick, but listen, I want y'all to win. And when I'm on that yacht, I want y'all to be there, right? I want y'all to be there, right? But XRP is revolutionizing the banking system. And listen, I've been in XRP since 2016, y'all. So I'm deep, I'm heavily invested. I got thousands of XRP coins. I dare that boy to jump. Right? I dare that boy to jump. When y'all see me, I'm gonna be on here dripped out. Y'all, it's gonna be different. Freddie gonna be different, boy. I got Oh, seriously though, it's just revolutionized the banking industry, and it's already happening in the so-called East, right? The Asian countries have already adapted it. It's coming, it's going to change the SWIFT banking system. If you're a researcher and you want to understand some things, it's going to upend the SWIFT banking system on its head. Like it don't got a chance. They're starting to invest in it because they don't they don't have the infrastructure to do what this coin does, and it's been arbitrarily suppressed because there's been lawsuits against it holding it down. Trump got in office and basically removed all of that. So to Gwen's point, we can get in here and we can cry about what Trump is doing. We can whine about it. We can bitch, we can moan, and we can stay where we at. Or you can position yourself for what is coming. I love that if it's 2027, I hope it is. Because that gives us an opportunity to position ourselves. The money ain't going away. All of the things that's being cut, quote unquote, cut, not being cut, it's just being reallocated. So if you get caught up in your emotions, you're going to yearn for the past. This shit's over. I want you to understand this. It's over. We was with Boosie, right? I can't even pronounce his last name. South African. Carl, you feel me? I ain't even gonna try. Boosie. Just Google Boosie, Vusi. His name gonna come up. South African mega entrepreneur, dope brother. He made this statement. He says, leave the crime scene. Leave the crime scene. What we do, we turn into CSI We go back to the crime scene. We analyze it. We got the red lines up. We got the tape. Oh, the bullet fell here. It must have been at this angle. Listen, leave the crime scene. The big, beautiful bill, big, ugly bill, whatever the hell you want to call it, it passed. It's over with. You cannot do nothing about it now. It's gone. The time to do something about that was a couple of years ago. So it's here now. So now the question is, what's in the bill and how can it benefit me? That's where we got to move. We too reactionary. We still in bitch mode. Bitch mode as in bitching about it, right? Bitch crying and whining and I can't believe this. This guy, he's unbelievable. We good with the pity party. What about the profit party? What about the party that's like, hey, you know what? Schools are going away. Public schools losing funding is being defunded. This shit is terrible. It's going to be private schools, this and that. Man, they just going to get rich. How about you open a private school? How about you open a school that's going to get them funds are going somewhere. They don't got to go to somebody else. I dare you to position yourself. I dare you to position your family. I dare you to position our community to win. What if that was our mentality? What if Trump came into office and he actually gave us a blessing? What if Trump was the blessing that we need? Because the truth of the matter is, this country ain't never gave a shit about you. I don't know if anybody's ever talked to you about the truth. I'm gonna play a video in a second. I'll just outline the truth. They ain't never gave a shit about you. They always made money, currency, and advancement on your back. What if you got involved? What if instead of passing the power to them, you did it? What if worrying about your grandchildren and your great grands and the ones that you've never even met yet have a future that you created it for them? Because here's what I know about Black and African people on this planet. We are spectacular. And if you don't believe that, don't fucking bring me down. Because I don't want to hear that shit. I'm going to dismiss your ass. I'm going to get you off the mic. I'll mute you. Because I don't want to hear that because I know the history and the culture of my people. And wait, what the young people do? Ain't that, come. I'm out here. I be talking to the young people now. We snapping. That boy cooking, right? I don't even know exactly what they mean by this, but they like it. That's what it means is they like it. That's what y'all see the young people doing that. They like that, right? Like they like that, right? I got schooled by the TSP youth. But what if we started creating our opportunities? Listen, there's this phrase in the community where I know Black men and Black women use it too. And he'd be like, I'm him. I'm him. I know when I'm in that mirror in the morning, I'm him. I don't know what y'all be saying to y'all. I'm him. Guess what, though? You her. We them. Historically, it's historical proof. They enslaved our people for hundreds of years, and we still created everything the world has ever wanted in that short time period. And I dare you to go learn your history before enslavement. You her. Brother, you him. We don't gotta fear this moment. This moment was bred for us to rise and show up. But somebody gotta pull your whole car. Y'all listen. I'm part of the cousins that be in the backyard that be smacking spades and talking shit, right? I'm them. You him, you her. Somebody just gotta remind your spirit, remind your soul. This shit was made for us. This our time. But you gotta leave the crime scene. We gotta leave it. It's foul. I know it's foul. You know it's foul. Hell, it was foul in 1776. Right? Listen, am I right or am I right? Let me get my Andy on. Am I right or am I right? Yes or yes? Right? Yes or yes? Right? Am I right or am I right? Y'all know it. We all know it. Let's stop playing games there. So I like Sister Gwen's call today, and I liked her call during the 4th of July special. It's time to stop talking about it. It's time to start talking about it. All that genius, the Genius Act. That's wild that it's the Genius Act. I got it on my screen over here. That's wild. You're the genius, though. You're the genius. Plot twist. You're the genius. You're the one. You're the one we've been waiting on. You, Jesus. You ain't ready to step into that responsibility. I get it. I get it. I shy away from it myself, so I get it. But you the light that shined on the world. It's you. That's the secret they don't tell you. It ain't no, Jesus said it, right? I'm not the spiritual one. Y'all know I ain't the Christian that to be talking this talk, but the talk, when the talk is true, it's true. Jesus told you there's no difference between you and I. We're the same. If he's the light of the world, you are, sister. You got it. You are it. Let me go Buddhistic. I'm losing my thing. It ain't even Buddhism. It's really Hinduism. Tatavim Azi, right? You are it. You are the sum total of the universe. Everything that ever was, that ever will be, is you. It's in you. It's not outside of you because you are it. You are everything. Everything is you. This is what Jesus was talking about. These are just different ways to say the same shit. Freddie uses curse words. Maybe he shouldn't, maybe he should. I don't care. I just need you to get the point. The light shines from you. All you got to do is dare to be it. We're our solution. I just dare you to be great. You come to Sunday dinner, I'm the cousins. We out, this is, you know what I mean? We're going to be at the adult table. We're going to get it in, but I'm in the backyard with your favorite cousin. Cuz got the bag, the brown paper bag, passing a little blessings on. It might be card games, some music playing, some line dancing. We having a good time. But we talking that talk. I just dare you to be great. This is what y'all knew the Sunday dinner. I wanted to say before I ran into my soliloquy, I wanted to say that if you're new here, I want to challenge you to get on the mic because this is about an open discussion. This ain't really about me talking, even though I be talking. But I'm gonna take advantage of my microphone, right? We build a stage, I'm gonna be on it, right? But I want to hear from you. So if this is your first time, I dare you to raise your hand and join in the conversation and say your piece and be heard. Because next week, I want y'all to know this. I'm about to get fancy on y'all, right? You're gonna see this push to YouTube. So we're gonna push massive amounts of people to YouTube to watch. But Zoom is where you can raise your hand and be included in the discussion, right? So you're going to see that kind of like 4th of July was ran on YouTube. We're going to start doing that on Zoom. Y'all are going to continue to get your invites to come in, but I want to challenge you that because you have the ability to speak and talk, I want to challenge you to come to the microphone, come to the conversation. Don't just be here, be heard. Say your piece. Challenge your people to be better, to be greater, and to dig in. If you got some knowledge to share, I dare you to share it. Brother David, I got you coming up. Carl, I got you next. And I don't see any brave hands up. Raise your hand. Get in the conversation. Brother David, what say you on this discussion? Jump in where you want. We all over the place. So come on in where you get in where you fit in, good brother.
Well, I would say that we're not all over the place. I would say that it's definitely all connected.
Come on with it.
Definitely. Whatever I say, first of all, those who are not familiar with me, I'm Brother David 3X. I'm a registered member of the Nation of Islam. So what I say will be coming from the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. In terms of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he's the one man during Black History Month that you are literally not allowed to talk about. But he was the most successful Black leader that America has ever known. And the reason why I rose my hand again is because the sister mentioned our she mentioned the Muslims, and she mentioned that in the context uh, of the teachings we have as far as being separation is the only way for our success as a people. And we have a saying that goes like this: Islam comes when all else fails. And what is meant by that is when we celebrate the 4th of July, we celebrate it for a different reason. We celebrate it because that's when Master Fard Muhammad came to Black Bottom, Detroit, to the people in the people in the worst condition on earth, to a group of people that's in the worst condition of the worst condition of those in America, Black Bottom, Detroit.
Mhm.
And so he came and he brought with him a what's called what I would refer to or reference in the Old Testament as the tree of the tree of life. See, we're taught that this story about Eve eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and that's an allegory. But there was no Eve and no tree and all this. Uh, what we're taught is the tree of knowledge of good and
Okay.
evil. I hear
Thank
something in
you
the
so
background.
much.
Keep going, brother. I'm on it. I'm on it.
I'm on a
The
Zoom.
tree,
Go ahead. Go ahead. I got you.
the tree of knowledge of good and evil is what we know of as tricknology. It also could go by social engineering or the Nazi propagandists, Goebbels or Goebbels propaganda. Um, this is what the tree of knowledge of good and evil is. So we get tricked as a people because we hear something that sounds good, like Dr. King, his "I Have a Dream" speech. It sounds good, but the end result was not good at all. We get tricked because we get enticed with truth mixed with lies. And so that's what the tree of knowledge of good and evil represent. We're supposed to go with the tree of life. So when Master Fard Muhammad came, he brought a new knowledge. And Freddie, you referenced Jesus, and that new knowledge teaches you how to be Jesus. That new knowledge teaches you how to be Jesus because that was the story of Jesus is largely prophecy about someone that was going to come with this knowledge that raises the dead, not a dead people on the ground, but people who are mentally, spiritually dead people who didn't know who they are, who they were, didn't know their names, their language, their culture, none of that. It was all stripped away. We know our story, but we're the only people that fit that prophecy in Genesis of a people that was going to be enslaved for 400 years. But the rest of that prophecy say that God himself will come. And so that's what we celebrate on July 4th.
Okay.
Someone who came with life-giving teachings and gave it to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And there's a whole story about him, guys, that you don't even know. If I don't know if it's available to you, but it's a book called The History of the Nation of Islam, The Pioneering Years. So it covers from 1930 to 1950. Everything you heard about Malcolm X, everything you heard about Muhammad Ali, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad already been through. He went to jail a couple times. FBI arrested him several times to take him off the street because of what he was preaching. He's preaching separation. They need black bodies to go to war. They take them off the street because they don't need these men hearing this message. So when the sisters bring up the idea of separation, yeah, that's the only thing that we haven't tried yet. And the reason why we say Islam come when all else fails is because when Master Fard Muhammad came to Black Bottom, Detroit, everything had failed us. Yeah, we were free. The sister mentioned one of the amendments freed us, but we didn't have any rights. And so we was in even just as bad condition when Elijah Muhammad came from Georgia up to Detroit. He said, man, they lynched us down there, but
The cops shoot us down in the street up here. It ain't no better. And so, so he himself had fell into a great sense of depression. In fact, he was drunken, passed out on train tracks when his wife and son found him. Just in time, he had failed that low. But when he heard that message, and him being familiar with scriptures, because his father was a preacher, he recognized Master Muhammad as fulfilling that prophecy of one coming to raise the dead. And that's what Master Muhammad did. He raised 25,000 in Black Bottom, Detroit. 25,000. And you know, his Elijah Muhammad carried on that information, that teaching, that knowledge. And so I say all this to say that yeah, we have not tried separating, because we still think we have an opportunity within the system. We don't. Islam come when all else fails. It grew so fast because back then in the 30s, between the 30s and 50s, we had nothing else. And you saw the falling away from Islam after the departure of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, after they gave us rights. When they gave us rights and they started to like put us on TV more, and you know, they started to elevate, especially in the last 10, 15 years, the way they've elevated sisters in society, we actually think we have a way. We get a Barack Obama. We think we have a way. We think there is, that things are changing, only to keep finding out that things have not changed. And so when the sister bring up Dr. King, you know, he did meet with Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. After he met with him, his tone and his speeches took on a different tone, because Elijah Muhammad told him, he said, look, whether it's a garden snake or a rattlesnake, a snake is a snake. He said, you will not change these people. These people will not change. So what we know of his prophecy, it comes either from inspiration or intense study. And Elijah Muhammad said that history of all of our studies is the most qualified to reward our research. If you want to know what's going to happen, then look to the past. So now we have Donald Trump in office. Democrats have totally failed us, totally. And that's a hard pill to swallow for Black people. But Lyndon B. Johnson said that giving us civil rights, he was going to have us voting Democrat for the next 60 years. And for nothing. We ain't got nothing. I'm sorry, people, we got nothing. If I go down the list of everyone that falls under the Democratic Party and their buying power, mind you, we're the base of the party. But if I go and I look at white women buying power, if I go look at the LGBTQIA buying power, if I look at the Latino buying power, all of those people I just named are over $4 trillion. 4.1 trillion for Latinos, 4.7 for the 4 points each, 4.7 for the LGBTQIA community, 6.5 trillion for white women. Even immigrants bring in 3.3 trillion, and we still in the ones. We haven't even gotten to the two. We still in 1 point something trillion dollars. That's it. And so what Dr. Claude Anderson had warned about, it's happened. We're not in it.
Wait, brother. What he warned about 40 years ago.
Well, 40 years ago, and he said if we didn't do it, get it done by 2015, we were going to be a permanent underclass. AKA slaves again. You see, because we didn't learn from history. We got tricked with the knowledge of good and evil, and they gave us truth mixed with lies. And the sister said we love drama. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said we love lies and hate the truth, because we are a spoiled, rotten people, stiff-necked, rebellious people. These aren't slanders. This isn't me talking crap about my own people. These are just facts. And what you saw last year shows you the quality of our leadership. Because what happened in California when they told us Well, we couldn't get I mentioned reparations earlier. They kept saying, "Oh, it's not feasible," or you can't just vote in a federal election. You can't just vote for the president and get it done. You gotta vote, at the state level. You gotta vote at the municipal level. They did that in California. Black folk did what they had to do in California. They had the study, they had the infrastructure, they had the whole thing laid out, and they had more than enough votes. And when it came time to put the bill forward, the reparations bill forward in California, Democrats, Black Democrats killed their own bill. I want you to think about that, man. Black Democrats killed their own reparations bill to protect Gavin Newsom because he did not want to sign such a bill. And then a Republican stepped up to show how much hypocrisy the Democrats are filled with, because all they had to do was just present the bill and get someone to second to force a vote. They wouldn't even bring it up. So one of the activists who was in the rotunda in the state capitol had asked, could he bring the bill up to get this on record? He said, yeah, I'll bring the bill up, because he knew when no one seconded. All you needed was one Democrat to second the vote, to second him bringing it to the floor to force a vote. Not one did. And all of those Black Democrats who killed their own bill, they all took a little something under the table. That's facts. So this is what we're dealing with. Islam come with all else fails. When we realize the game that's been ran on us, the anger and the rage that these Black leaders are going to be faced with, Trump is bringing this thing down. This thing is falling fast. Not only that, it was a founder, Thomas Jefferson, who said, I tremble for my nation when I reflect on the fact that God is a just God and his justice can't sleep forever. See, we think just because something don't happen in our particular lifetime that it ain't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We think it ain't going to happen. See, God's judgment or karma or whatever you want to call it,
the reckoning
happens. It happens slowly over time, and it picks up. There's a quickening. We just had 51 people killed here in Texas on the 4th of July. No, mind you, at 4 a.m, 30 feet of water. The water rose 30 feet in 45 minutes. You can't even scientifically figure out how that can happen. We got tornadoes ripping through Kentucky. The governor of Kentucky said, I'm having a hard time. This is our 14th disaster, and I can't figure out why this keeps happening. I raised my hand. I know why. Because you haven't paid for your original sin. The original sin that Thomas Jefferson knew a reckoning was coming as a result of. You can't have people enslaved for 400 years and then lynch them for another 100 years and then mass incarcerate them for another 20 plus years. And then you can't do that and not expect nothing to happen. The only thing that the Most High, creator of the universe, is waiting on is for us to realize we are worthy to be loved like that. Then you're going to see the judgment take all the way on. And if they do try to touch us, especially those in the Nation of Islam, them UAPs they're talking about on Congress that we've been told you about back in the 1930s when it was laughed at for the next 40, 50 years. Oh, Farrakhan crazy. He's talking about spaceships. They're telling you that these things are out there, but Ezekiel called them wheels. He didn't call them UFOs or any of them things. He called them wheels.
Yes, he did.
They're spherical shape. He called them wheels within the wheel. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. The big one runs by faith and the little one runs by the grace of God. A wheel in a wheel way in the middle of the air. That's what he was talking about. We've been told you. The nation has told you. They demonize us in movies. They don't allow you to talk about the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They took Farrakhan off TV because every time they try to trap him up in something, he just get more followers because he make them look stupid. So this is not me advocating for you to be a part of the Nation of Islam or be a Muslim, because in truth, you're Muslim by nature. If you love righteousness, that's what a Muslim is. But this is the advocacy for separation while you still have time. We have the infrastructure. We have the plan. We need your money and we need your participation to make it work. We have experts in every field. Black people got experts in every field. We just use our experts for them. We get put on and we want to be for them. We don't think about our children's future. Not enough of us. So there's still time if we would just come together. Like Muhammad said, we don't even need no bombs. The Nation of Islam, we don't carry guns. So what protects us? What protects us is that one stone David had to beat Goliath. We have faith in the Creator. He didn't need all 5 stones. He only needed that one stone, which was faith. That's what we have, and that's what protects the minister. And we follow the minister. And our orders are to give people the truth. Just give them the truth. Jesus said the truth shall set you free. That's all you need is the truth. Because once you know the truth about this world, who Satan is, and who God really is, then you could change your life overnight. Then you could actually become Jesus once you start practicing these principles that you see brothers and sisters practicing. Freddie was absolutely right. You can't have a Messiah if you don't have a messianic people. And just like Jesus said, you would do greater works than what he did. You would do greater works. Think about that. He said you would do greater works because you are God. Psalms 82, verse 6. So, man, North Honorable Elijah Muhammad books are out here. Crack them open. The lectures from the ministers on NOI.org or YouTube. Look them up and listen to them. You know, because we're expecting, when things really go haywire, we're expecting a long line of people to be coming because they know who got the truth and who got the blueprint. We got it. We're just waiting on y'all. I'm going to lay my plane there.
I love it, brother. I love it. Great conversation. You are God, right? I love that. And you gave the Bible verse. I love that you give that because I hit top to VMIZ, right? It's the same thing. You are it, baby. Everything that ever was, that ever has been flows through your veins, your DNA, and your body. You just got to accept it and step into your greatness. For our new folks, the challenge is get your tail on the microphone. You don't gotta be sitting in silence and be like, oh, but he missed or she didn't. Da, da, da. Sundays are about you, and this is your platform to be heard. Now, if y'all just want to hear me talk, I'll pontificate till the stars come home. I promise you. Way too long, but I want to create this space so it's about engagement. It's about the people being heard and having their voices felt. Brother Carl Gray is in the building, y'all. Let's go. Come on, man. What you got to say, young man? I appreciate you being here today.
Hey, what's good, big bro? Look, let me tell you something. Brother David said, I'm sitting like, so, because legit, what came to my mind when you was talking was greater works, right? And I'm a Christian, but I believe all that good stuff. And, like you may ask, what's greater than raising somebody from the dead? What's greater than feeding 5,000 souls? What's greater than the stuff you already did? It's the thing that he didn't do, that he couldn't do because the people didn't receive him and was bringing them up to the next level. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's greater than anything. That's the reason that he came, to make sure it came through. And so, when Brother David talking, when you're talking, and we're really talking about what is greater, it's the rescuing of our people that are missing. He said, I came from my people according to the flesh, but they didn't receive me. And, I was sitting there, so just so everybody knows, my name is Carl Ray III. I'm the founder and CEO of Raising Founders Young Entrepreneurship Incubator. We believe that there's no problem in our community that does not have an entrepreneurial solution. And if we build those things through our children, we'll be able to grow and go further than ever. So, I was looking through your stuff yesterday with a friend of mine, and I pulled out the You Better Not Say, right? And I'm sitting like, man, this is genius. How many of us play taboo all the time, right? And it's like, we can get away with taboo because there's certain things that we can say, right, to get around it. You can't do that when You Better Not Say. It makes it more challenging. It's a better game to me than even taboo, but you gotta get a buzzer, man. We gotta get you a buzzer. But like, it's that type of.
Hey, we be price conscious, brother. You understand? Like, the buzzer is live, though. Go ahead, go. I'm sorry.
Exactly. But my thought is that, and again, I work with young people every day. This is what we do. I'm actually training parents now on how to raise their children to be young people. I got a webinar, a lot of people want to come through. Like, what I'm seeing is that this crop of kids are seeing things different than any time else. So we have to take advantage of that. Like, they actually believe that they can do anything because they're seeing anything. They're seeing all this. So they're seeing a Casanat making millions of dollars just talking on TV. And so they're like, I can make, I can create. And I think we have to sometimes put down, as you were talking about, those blocks that we have. The things that, we've seen so many things go wrong in our own lives, the things we tried to do didn't work. We have to suppress that thing. Stop being victims. Stop being, like you said, we got to get out of the mode of every time something happens in Washington, that we react instead of responding. Right? Like everybody should take the text of the big, beautiful bill, drop it in ChatGPT and say, how do I take advantage of this now? Like we lost a lot of funding for we have a program in 7 schools in Prince George's County in DC, right? And we lost a lot of our funding. So you know what I'm doing? I'm going to people. I'm saying, do you care about these kids? Then help fund this program that makes this happen. I'm just going to focus on my boys in Detroit. And he's working with some things out there. He's like, Carl, we need to have a conversation because he's like super socialist. I'm a business guy, but we sat and we talked. And guess what? We don't disagree on much. We both got a problem with American capitalism, the way we do it. I'm like, my thing is, let's make the money so we can do our own things. As I believe Sister Gwen earlier when she was talking, like it was so resonating in my head. I was like, yes, that's why I want us to make money so that we open up our own hospitals, open up our own schools. Like I'm checking the people like, how do I buy a school in 2026? You see what I'm saying? Like I've spent $150,000 of my own money building this, right? And so now I'm going out trying to get help and all that good stuff and get funding and sell stuff and all that. But it's like still going beyond me and my life. It's about the legacy that I'm leaving behind. I may never get to see what I'm trying to build, but I know it can happen. I'm like if we build our own communities, like build a community, do the things that the Panthers wanted to do, that Marcus Garvey wanted to do. Like we can literally make everything happen for ourselves. Slower and quieter. I'm sorry. Yes, I get a little bit excited sometimes.
Come on, brother. I get fired up.
Yeah, but my whole point and my whole stance is let's always look within first. It's how do we take advantage of every situation? Because that's what they do. Every tragedy that happens, they figure out a way to take advantage of, make money.
Period.
Every situation. Like we have to get to the point where we own our politicians.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I've been in politics for 8 years. I have friends that are at the highest levels of elected officials. Except for president. I don't know about that. But and they, as close as we are, as cool as we are, as much as I help them, they won't listen to me first. They're gonna listen to where their funding is.
Mm-hmm.
We have to recognize that in order for us to really get that power that we want, that we have to prosper. As much as people may, we've been taught that there's a problem being rich. But I was just in a room last week with Freddie and Vusi Tempiwayo. I say it for you, bro.
I was gonna blow it.
But I was in a room with Lamar Tyler, with Andy Henriquez, with these people who make money and care about people.
Yeah.
You see, and we saw Diddy last week, right? Like I'm not here to talk about that, but it's like, when are the good people going to be the billionaires? Because we got to stop teaching that only good people can do it.
Tyler Perry.
You see what I'm saying? Like we have, and my thing is, I'm talking to these kids. I'm saying, yo, make as much money as you can, and we also at the same time teach them to have a corporate responsibility behind their companies now.
compassionate capitalism. I was taught
Exactly.
that early. There is a thing. It's a whole thing, people. And just don't listen to this evil shit. You don't gotta be evil to make money. All you got to do is serve people correctly, and they will gladly give you their money and
Yep.
support you, particularly if you pouring back. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
You-
but that's the truth. And so, when I hear what's happening in 2027, when I hear about the Genius Bill and stable coins, like I've had XRP sitting for like years, right? Just sitting somewhere, like please blow up. So, but understand what a stable coin is, something that's backed by something else. And just like all of these things, we gotta teach our kids this. And if we teach the kids, we'll learn it ourselves. Because what people don't know is you remember 90% of what you teach.
Yeah.
So if we set ourselves up to make, just make money and make a change. And like I said, I want to be rich, not just for myself. Yeah, I want to be on a yacht with Freddie, but I also know that it's about me setting up a legacy. When I go places and I speak, I say I'm trying to build the Black Wall Street of the 21st century. And I'm not talking about a place, I'm talking about a mindset where I will partner with anybody who's down, for my people, who's down for the uplift of the people. And I'm serious about it. If you can see that, all right, I'm from the hood, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. Look, the hood.
I'm in the hood right now.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, for me to be where I am now, where my father was in and out of jail when I was locked up. My mother graduated high school when I graduated college. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no trouble that I can count. But I just walked away, I just got a 6-figure reel sitting back there for making multiple 6 figures with 7 employees.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to blow you up.
I
see it on the corner right there. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, I'm not that special.
But multiple 6 figures pouring into the children.
Exactly.
Let's make that point, because the draw between capitalism, it's evil, it's tearing down. No, this brother is building the mindset of the future of Black Wall Street, pouring into the young people, of course, hopefully being handsomely compensated while doing it. This is where, brother, I'm sorry, I'm jumping in now. Now I'm getting in because I get fired up over this, because the where we lost, in my opinion, in the freedom and the reconstruction and all of this work is, y'all think the people that's leading it should do the shit out of benevolence.
Mm-hmm.
And you leaving they putting their lives on the line. These people were murdered. They were killed. They was assassinated. They were destroyed. They were undermined and all of these things. And they had them grants too. And we didn't take care of the family. So how the hell do you think anybody, right? So shout out to the Carl Grays of the world that's willing to pour into the youth, because we didn't take care of the people that did that before us.
Yeah.
Well, how do you entice the next generation to be Booker T. Washington, to be Frederick Douglass, to be Sojourner Truth, to be any of these individuals if you don't support the movement? Y'all trying to get rich because money leads to freedoms, not freedoms. You get more access to things. But the people that you expect to put their life on the line, you don't support them? The hell wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you, right? All right, I'm sorry. Go. Yeah, brother, let me shut up. Go ahead.
Just to that point, Harriet Tubman funded her underground railroad baking pies, right? She had to bake her own pies to make that happen. Imagine if there were people who literally support. She had to bake them, then sell them, then go back and do. But imagine if there were people who actually believed in what she was doing to take her people forward. No, they're not willing. I understand not everybody's willing to take the risk that they're taking, but you can fund that risk if you believe in. But to think that just because somebody has an altruistic motive and desire to do something, that they can do it all on their own and you can chill on the sidelines, that's a big mistake. You see what I'm saying? Because, because brother Freddie, urban intellectuals, they taking chances putting stuff out here. It ain't easy being an entrepreneur. It ain't easy trying to build. It ain't easy trying to sell, especially when you're selling something that's going to make people think twice. I was looking through the Black Seminole. I mean, the Florida flashcards, and it's breaking down things that most people ain't never taught. That the Seminoles were black people, which means we were going to predate Columbus and imbalance. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's something that people get scared to hear. That's a risk. You need those people to feel comfortable. You need them to know that you have their
back. Yeah.
only way you got their back is with your resources. It's not just like the cheer from the sideline. Be honest with you, for most entrepreneurs and people that are taking a calculated risk, that don't mean nothing. Like the likes and the subscribe. I mean, that's cool. Thank you for that. But I'm telling you, the thing that really, because we put our resources, we put our time, our talent, our treasure, our heart, our soul, our blood, our sweat, our tears. You see, Malcolm died broke.
Crazy.
No way he should have died broke.
No way.
No way.
No way.
Martin got out.
Broke. Crazy work. Crazy work as a people. We want folks to put their life on the line, but we don't support this absolutely crazy work. And I got to jump back in here, brother. See, because Brother Carl got me going because folks say, "Oh, Freddie, you should do this, you should do that. You want me to line up and get killed? You want me to speak out and get killed? I can't get you to buy a damn $200 a yearly program that's gonna feed your grandchildren, but you want me to put my life on the line. You want me to jeopardize my family, my children, my future. Folks looking you up online. You can get your address. You want folks to come to my house, but you want me to say some shit that you won't say because you feel like it's right, but you want me to do it.
Yep.
You want Brother Carl to do it. You want Sister Gwen to do it. You want, well, if you love the people, brother, it would be free. Nigga, we got bills too. We got bills too. Right? You ain't the only one got bills. It's just because you speak about something that's important, that don't mean that the bills go away.
Right.
Dr. King dying broke is disgusting. Every elder in the house should feel ashamed. Sister Angela Davis, she's doing all right. She's moderate. Why ain't she wealthy? What if she was wealthy? What do you think she would fund? You think she would just sit on the money? Think she would just be Jeff Bezos, just being stupid rich? It took his wife to shame him into giving away everything she got off the half of it to get him to almost act humanitarian. All right.
But okay,
Brother Carl, get off of here because you got.
I didn't say one thing. You just said something. You just said something. And I got a client, so I got to leave anyway.
All right.
Look, bro, what you just said was crazy work because now there ain't no rich black people out there, right? It ain't that we wasn't spending on nothing. And I don't fault an entertainer or a athlete for making their money. I don't even fault the people who pay them to pay them. The thing is, it says something about our value system.
Yes.
Like, I just volunteered last night at for a nonprofit here that serves black girls in Prince George's County in DC. I volunteered last night at the Beyonce concert, or Friday night. And they put our group in the VIP suite, right? There were at least 50 seats there. And the people paid no less than $1,900 per seat. And guess how many white folks was in them seats? 0.
Wow.
This was all brothers and sisters.
Wow.
What I'm saying is we'll pay for what we value. Do we value the future? Do we value the next generation? Do we value our community?
Wow.
Or do we value our own entertainment?
That's hard.
I gotta go, man.
Yeah, I'm mad you gotta go, brother. I definitely appreciate you, man. Ooh, you got me fired up today, though.
You know how it is, bro.
Yeah. I can't wait to connect with you. Hey, I'll just drop the message to the team. I gotta have you on the interview, bro. I gotta get you on the podcast. We gotta dive deep in the work that you're doing.
Let's make it happen.
Absolutely love it, and we definitely support it. So I want to make sure that I push you out there in amongst our community and what you're doing, because we got to pour into the next generation. Period. You know?
All right, let me go.
Yeah, where them fans at? All right, anyway.
All right,
All right, peace and blessings, good brother. Hey man, good conversation going on, man. But I don't want y'all to sit in the cheap seats and just take it all in. I want you to come up on the microphone. Somebody had their hand up, brought it down. Put it back up, sister. Let's get into this discussion. I got Sister Jean coming up here. Yeah, $1,900 for concert tickets, man. I love that because what's our value? What do we value? We got money. Black folks ain't broke. Brother David said it, right? We 1.8, $1.9 trillion a year in annual spending power. What the hell are we spending it on? That's the question. Where does that outflow go? Does it go into growing our community and growing our young people and growing our future? Are we where them fans at? Hey, and listen, I'm here for a celebration and dancing. I think we need both and, right? As they say. Because if you're doing the work, you need an outlet and a release. So I'm not totally down on that. I don't think you got to do this 24/7 because if you know me, you know, I like to enjoy myself, and I'm going to enjoy myself. I mean, I only got one time, as far as we know, around this planet, or around this world or life, as we talk about. And listen, Brother Freddie gonna stretch that boy out. If you've been in the building with me, Brother Freddie gonna stretch that boy out. I ain't leaving nothing up to chance. We can talk about the afterlife. I'm gonna enjoy that boy as well to the utmost. But we got Sister Jean in the building. How you doing, sister? What say you today? I know we all over the place today, but we cooking. Come on into the conversation. Grandma been waiting on you. Let's go. You got to unmute. There we go.
Okay.
How you doing, young lady?
Thought I unmuted myself, but what's interesting, I don't see myself.
I see.
Oh,
you.
here I am.
Yeah.
I'm right up there. Well, I was late again because something was on my phone and I'm watching. I'm totally into these reels about history or whatever. But anyway,
Grandma was like, Sister Jean late. Where's she at? I ain't mean to say nothing, but I be snitching.
I heard something that clarified something for me today. Well, I heard this about doing a library. That makes things need to make sense to me. They need to click in my head as being reasonable. Okay, so that is something I definitely intend to work on. I'm in a small area where there are just a few people, and I haven't any doubt that I could create a library by myself. I know that, but I'm going to get other people to get involved. But I heard something else, and I can't tell you who said it. I have been in the midst of a decision that I've had to make for months, and it's been driving me up, down. I go this way, this way, this way. But I heard something shortly after that, because I wrote down, start a library. Then I heard a response about something. And now I know I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go where I've paid over $5,000 to go to. I'm not going to do it. Bam. That takes care of that. So I appreciate that. And I mean, these guys, they know what they're talking about. One of them, I don't know where he is, but people are coming into my life now that are making a change in my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And
how young are you, young lady?
Excuse me?
How young are you?
How young am I? Oh, I'm only 84.
Only 84. I wanted to put that out because you talk about basically learning and growing and changing your mindset. You know how we get when we cross 50 and 60.
Yeah.
We feel
I'll be
like
85 in December 14th. Okay, that's enough. Okay. But anyway, so I'll just leave it at that and then allow other people to continue.
No, we need more from you. How you done?
Well,
Okay,
I have a
girl.
building. I bought.
Right, Regina, sneak back in here because you up next. So Sister Jean tried to sneak out of here on us. Hold on. We ain't gonna let her go
Yeah,
there.
I mean that was kind of all I had in mind.
Well, I'll prompt you with questions.
I came back here in 2012. I was widowed from a second marriage, and I had money. There was a building down the hill from me, about 3 blocks away, and I went to Du Bois High School. I went to a segregated school for years.
And what city?
It's in Mount Hope, West Virginia. It was the second high school for Black students in Fayette County, West Virginia. One of our principals, probably the last one, years after school after we had integrated, he and a bunch of teachers and parents decided to do a reunion. They did school reunion. We had, and not that many people were Black students. At the first one, I didn't graduate from that high school because we integrated in 56. So that was the last year of Du Bois High School. So 72 was the year of the first reunion. And we had over 700 people at that reunion. They came from everywhere. Many were military people who came from across the country, France, Germany, wherever they were stationed. We had a reunion. As I counted, there were 20. There would have been 20, but 2020 was the year that we stopped. I had prepared all of the 300 something invitations. All I had to do was put the stamps on it. But the president and the treasurer got together and made a decision and then told the rest of about us later. When COVID hit, I didn't get it, but I was totally down. I didn't feel up to doing anything more. I just didn't feel the excitement. I mean, I was full of fire for years, but I was like, it was all gone. And actually this year I had decided, okay, that's it. I'm simply not going to fill out the forms I'm supposed to fill out in order to keep this a going organization, which I hadn't done in years. And then somebody who saw me on TV passed by one day, was passing by, I was sitting on the porch, and he stopped his car. And it's a small road. He stopped his car, got out and hollered out my name. And I'm like, huh? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, after a conversation with this man 2 or 3 days later, because he lives in Virginia, I've been convinced to not close the museum. It's a 501c3. So, and I just kind of, anyway. So finally, I did get in contact with the person at the State House, the Secretary of State's office, because that's it. Whitney, if you need help, call. And I finally got to a point where I thought, I don't feel like doing this thing anymore. So I just made a call and said, well, somebody called me back probably in 5 minutes. And I had been recording and said it'd be half hour. Probably in 10 minutes, it was done. Okay. And I said, you just added 5 years to my life. I'm happy about that. I said, probably some people aren't, but I am. But anyway, that's what I will be doing. And this guy that talked to me, he told me about the fact that he had been coming back to West Virginia is considered coming home for years. But as I said, he was much younger because his mother's younger. But he said, I've been passing by your museum every year we came back. Come in and look to see what's there, blah, blah, blah. He and some friends, that they lived up near where the school was. The original school burned down. In fact, there's a story that goes, parents and teachers took care of that. Burnt down. One of the teachers I was talking to her on the phone about it. She did say, well, she was the one that was in charge of the money. So whatever money had been in the building, blah, blah, blah. My late husband, he passed in 2010, did not have a clue about what happened to that school. For many people didn't. But anyway, so my dream, and not my dream, what I was doing, I basically was collecting everything I could get these former students to donate to the museum. That's what it was about. It was about them. What did you do? And I said, you don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have a college degree. You might be the best pie maker around. Fine. That's it. But we're focusing on you and your children. So anyway, it was okay for years. But after a while, I was simply too tired and too worn out to keep doing it. And pretty disgusted by the fact that the younger kids didn't seem to have any clue about their own history, about the fact that their uncle or their aunt or something like that, their relatives went to Du Bois. They didn't get it.
Yeah.
An older friend had told me years ago, she said, integration is the worst thing that could have happened to us.
Bro, seriously.
And it took me a while to see that. Absolutely. But anyway, so right now I'm going to be working on, because I still have the build on. I still have loads of material, which I didn't have a clue what I was going to do with. I'll be working on putting together some kind of library, and I will work to get other people involved because there's some other ideas about what this library should or could be like. So that's it.
No, that was good.
May I be excused now, please?
All right, I'm gonna let you go now. I'm gonna let you go for now.
All right,
young
thank
lady.
you.
We
Okay.
appreciate your effort and your work and the
Okay.
conversation as well. Because it just leads to so many things, right?
Yes.
That we need to be serious about pouring into the young people. And this is why we did the 4th of July special. By the way, let me drop this in the comments. If you're looking for the 4th of July for the July replay, team got it to me, July replay, you can still grab it here. Nope, that ain't it.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it here on one of the. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Put it back.
Yeah. I don't know what
Put
that
it there,
is.
and then the other one covered it up.
Yeah, no, that wasn't it either way. This is
Oh,
the
okay.
replay. So that second link that I dropped down there, thank you. Like they say, Mama Jean. Yeah, thank you for that. But if you're looking for the replay, that's it. But this is the conversation that we had all throughout, right? Like, ain't nobody about to teach your next generation for you. Ain't nobody about to inspire your children for you. Ain't nobody going to inspire our children for us. This is why and children, I say that loosely, but y'all know if you got adult children, listen, this 20 to 50, they still need guidance. And I'm in it. I'm 49. We still need guidance. It's not over, right? Just because your children hit 18. This is a European concept that you're grown and you done figured it out now. Never mind, we have under educated you, we've under privileged you, like we've underutilized you and all of that, but you're supposed to be on your own. Get out my house. This is a European concept. This is not in any African principle. I don't care where you study, where your history and lineage go back, none of that. It's the village, right? We are consistently educating, mentoring, and growing our youth. You 20 somethings, you 30 somethings, you 40 somethings, you 50 somethings. We are still educating our youth on every phase of life and your contribution to it, right? Because you 50 or 60, that don't mean you got shit figured out, right? You still need guidance. But then how, Sankofa, how are you reaching back into the future generations and pouring into them? What does that even look like? What does mentorship look like? If you've never been a mentee, how do you know what mentorship looks like? If you've never been a mentor, how do you know what passing along mentorship to the next generation looks like, right? We need coaching, we need conversations, we need involvement at every phase. And anybody telling you any different doesn't have your best interest of your next 50, 60, 100 years in their in they don't have the best interest in your future, right? This is where we break down. We bought into the bullshit. We bought into, hey, you hit this age, you figured it out. Never mind, they're not teaching financial literacy at all in the educational systems. And unless you're from a financially literate family, you're not getting that in the family either. So where the hell do we get these lessons? Because I need 40, 50, 60 year olds that still don't know what the hell to do with their money, what to do with their investments, how to invest, where to invest, what do I do? It's such an important conversation. But I think we got to return to the village. We done bought into this modernization. Just because your building is pretty and you're wearing Prada and you're wearing, I don't even know what people are wearing these days. You cannot flex on me because you can walk in my face with a label and I don't know nothing about it. And I think that's my biggest pride. That's my flex. Like, you can't flex on me because I don't give a shit about none of that. But you can walk in and have those things and still be financially ignorant. I understand that every company, if you you make $1 billion a year in a company, that is gross revenue. I understand you can spend $1.1 billion to make that billion. So just because you have money, just like people, right? You can make $1 million a month. I'd say something ignorant. $1 million a month, you spend 1.1 million a month. I don't give a damn. At some point, this house of cards is going to fall, right? Like financial literacy is not because you make money, right? Like, oh, you got 6 figures. You ain't got 6 figures. 6 figures ain't no damn money. If you understand money, this shit ain't nothing anyway, right? But if you spend more than you make, I don't care that it's going to fall at some point. And we have to be educated and educate one another along the path. Anyway, I'm getting off, and I still got Regina and Yolanda coming up. So again, I want you to understand this space is about you being heard, and we give you time, right? I know people be like, "Oh, you should cut the mic. You should limit the conversation." You do that when you build the platform. The platform I built allows my people to express themselves in totality. Sister Regina, come on into this discussion, young lady.
I am so appreciating today. I really am. And I really enjoy what Brother David was saying. I really enjoy what the sister that was just on. I really feel like that is where the breakdown came for us as Black people. We were trying so hard to fit in. We was trying to I don't feel just so much being accepted, but we did want to be known as we wanted you to notice us and give us the same equal rights that you had. And therefore, even when Blacks began to make it and they moved to different states and everything, it was like they felt like they had arrived. I arrived. I'm in this neighborhood where I couldn't be before. And we did all of this trying to integrate ourselves into it. And integration really was the breakdown and the letdown for us as a people. Because actually, when they didn't want us there, we showed them numerous times that we as a community could make it. When you have Black Wall Street, it was many Black Wall Streets that got destroyed.
Yes.
But we saw that when we were amongst ourselves, we could do it. So now we have bought into this because over the generations, over the years, they'll tell you Blacks don't know how to work together. I said, sure they do. When they know how to work together, they showed you that, but you constantly kept tearing that down because you didn't want us to see that we knew how to work together. But in some ways, I've told my daughter because she's a little bit concerned because she said, "Mom," she said, "I don't know what we're going to do. We got to get this together. We got to figure out what we're going to do with resources because you you have Medicare and you have insurance and all this stuff, and this all is being in that big." Crazy bill that he has.
Crazy bill, I like that.
She said, and she said she was getting kind of concerned because her dad, she knows, going to be retiring soon. And she said, and I'm just thinking, I have two parents. What am I going to do? And I said, she said, we got to figure out what we're going to do. And just being on here today has given me so much insight and so much hope, because the answer really is going to be, is it by any chance that the universe put him there just to wake us the hell up?
Bruh, come on with it.
Is it possible? My daughter's mom said, no. I don't think it's by chance. I don't think that was a mistake. Because if Harris had gotten in there, we would have just went straight on back to sleep thinking we got it. But when he got in there, we knew he was gonna do what he said, but he even doing a little bit more than what he said.
Well, you're
And
doing a little bit more now.
nonetheless, it is waking us up. And
Yes.
I was listening to what they said, because I was listening to this lady today. She has this summer school program that she's doing on Sundays, and you committing yourself to being 100%. And last week we were supposed, what are your gifts? What are the things you would do? How can you use your gift for the world? What can you give? And I for sure know, and as scary as it is for me to let it come out my mouth, I know that I've always had a gift when it came to working with children.
Oh, we holding you to it, sister.
I always knew that. And I have worked with children. And I go on, my daughter said, you come home, you don't know who's going to be on the push. Mama just have I said, I don't go and say anything. They come to me. It's almost like a magnet that attracts them. But today when I was listening to her and I had wrote down, how can I give my gift to the world? I said, maybe I can help in the school system. Maybe I can help with, because I know things is going to be different this fall. And every fall coming, I said, we're going to have our own school. I felt this years back. I tried to tell my sister-in-law about it because she's a principal of a school. Another cousin. I have so many in the educational field. And I kept feeling we got enough of us that knows this. We could do this ourselves. Now we're going to have to. We just going to have to, because I'm watching the little girl next door be 7 years old. She went to kindergarten. She just finished first grade. And my baby does not know how to read. To me, that's a problem.
Not to you.
That
to us.
to me is a problem, because when
It's
I
a problem.
taught school, my first graders, when they left up out of there, they were reading third grade level. I do not understand that. So I've been waiting, because I want to get with the mom and dad and
Let's
say,
go, Regina.
I said, if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to put it out there. If you feel like, no, don't worry about it, you guys got that, I'm going to do that. I said, but I can have your baby reading before she go back to school.
Guaranteed.
I can have your baby reading before she go back to school. I'm here to tell you that.
Easy work.
I can do it. I said, and all I need to do is know that you're going to support me, because I know she can get a little attitude and don't want to do right. I said, but I don't want somebody to hear I'm working with them every day. I just need them for a few hours just to give it to them. So she's going to summer school now, but I think that's because she missed too many days of school. I don't know if she's been helped with that part, but I know she doesn't know how to read. And I know her brother that's in the fourth grade going to the fifth, that's supposed to be going to the sixth. I know he doesn't know how to read well, because I just, and that bothers me. I said, if anything, I'm determined now to help my people. And if that's where I'm supposed to help my people, if that's where I'm to start, because other avenues are open up, I said, I got to start. I got to do it. I ain't getting no younger.
Ain't getting no younger. You just getting better. Hey, I want you to, let's work together. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it together. Listen, we pouring into the young people. You want to pour into the young people. We got a whole bunch of young people. We need a whole bunch of more. But like, what if we could work together? What if maybe you pouring into our program? Maybe we pour into you, sister. You want to start a school? I dare you. Let's go. Let's be crazy. Let's just do it. But I wanted to say to your school point, I always like to bring up Mary McLeod Bethune. You know, and she's behind Bethune-Cookman University, started a school, but most people don't know the story. The origin was a trash heap. She built a school on a trash heap. There was just piles of trash, and she bought the land, and she didn't know it was a trash heap. And the white boy that sold it to her said, well, I promise you there's fertile ground under that trash. And guess what? Sister rolled up her sleeves got like the students. The students were already in the school. There's nothing on the land yet. And they removed the trash and they built that first building. That building is still on Bethune-Cookman's campus, and she has transformed the lives of tens of thousands of young people. And Sister Regina, you got the spirit of Mary McLeod Bethune
Wow.
in you. Like, we support you. We love you, sister. Let's go. Let's go. I'm in it. Let's go. I got goosebumps. I'm fired up. I don't know if y'all fired up, but I'm fired up because we got to be the solution. Ain't nobody coming to save us.
No.
I know y'all, I know the super Christians are out there. Jesus is gonna fall out the sky. Well, he ain't gonna fall out the sky until you roll up your sleeves and start doing the work.
That's what I so enjoyed about what you were saying earlier, because that's just something I feel real strong. I think that has been the whole way the colonizer got us.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a friend. I said, you do not see a culture. There is not another culture on this planet that their deity don't look like them. I said, and the colonizers knew that if they made Jesus appear white in our eyes, we would be afraid to come up against them or whatever. I said, he ain't even done that. I said, let it go. I said, I'm not going to even go there. I was here to tell you, Jesus, if you want to look at it, you're your own savior. You're the one that has to do it. And I know I have bucked against that. I said, Regina, you might as well get it in your mind. If you want anything to change, you're going to have to change it. It ain't going to just happen. It has never just happened. And it has always been the power, if you want to say, of God, the universe, the source. It's always been through people. Because we are literally his expression. We are his, her, she, they. We are their hands, their eyes, their feet, everything. You got to get busy. And today I was just going through all this in my head, and I said, I just got to get on because I really thought I was going to see the replay of the and I said, well, this has been so good because I'm glad that a lot is going to take place in 2027. But we got it. Oh my God. It's our time. It is literally our time to rise and shine and be supportive of one another. It's just our time.
I love it, sister. But you can grab the replay. I dropped it down in the comments.
I see it.
Yeah. You definitely can grab the replay. It's still up on YouTube. If you're going to binge watch tonight, I'm pretty sure it's going to be down tomorrow. But we would appreciate it if you grab it officially to support the organization and what we're doing.
I saw what you put in, but it's gone. But I see this one about the replay. And
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I do see that one.
Check us out. Thank you, sister, for participating. Is this your first time? Where you at?
No.
Nah. Yeah, you hooked. Grandma got you at the table. You like them collard greens. You like
I'll be here. I missed out last Sunday, but I tried to get here. Oh no, you didn't come on, I think, last Sunday.
No, yeah, I was traveling.
Yeah, but I could not believe when I saw something about urban intellectual and it was saying that it was going to be on it was about legacy, building a legacy, and it was saying it was changed to the 15th.
15th
of this month. I said, and I'm thinking what's the
that's all right. But you plugged in. You plugged in.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you for being here, sis. Thank you for your commentary. Let's hook up though. And man, we gotta be the change. Ain't nobody coming to save us, man. I know y'all, I know a lot of us don't like that language and that conversation, but I don't care. Right? We got work to do. And like I was at the conference last week, Brother Carl was talking about it, and like talking to Sister Ashley Kirkwood, if y'all know Ashley Kirkwood, if y'all know Speak Your Way to Cash, sister is super powerful. But she talks about historically, and I got Yolanda and Paula, I see your hand up. I'm coming to y'all next. She talks historically about the struggles of the ancestors. Right. And it's like, we got all these excuses on why we won't let our greatness shine, why we got excuses on why we not doing this, why we not doing that, why we not putting out more content online, why we not engaging our audience, why we not teaching and growing and all of that. And she said, can you imagine if the ancestors showed up, right? One day the ancestors show up to you and they're wondering, Well, why, brother? Why, sister? We think you the one. You know you got the solution for your audience or your people. You got this yearning in your spirit to help the next generation. What's holding you back? Why won't you just go be great and help the people that you say you want to assist? And Sister Regina, I hope you lean into this. And she said they would be, their questions are, well, what is it? Are they going to lynch you? They're going to have you hanging from a tree? They're going to murder your family? They're going to burn down your house? They're going to shoot you? They're going to sick the dogs on you? They're going to enslave you. That is a good fear. Like, I can get, wait a minute. They going to hate on you? They going to talk bad about you. And you letting that stop you from the calling of your spirit to help the next generation? Imagine a Mary McLeod Bethune showing up and you telling her, well, they just talking bad about me online. Imagine Harriet Tubman showing up and you saying, well, I'm afraid because my hair ain't perfect. My makeup ain't done. Like, it's such a powerful thought because we be full of shit. Let's just be honest. I just want to be honest. I don't listen. I'm not into, if you like, oh, brother Freddie curse, I don't want to invite him to my stage. Don't invite me. I don't care. Right? Like, I don't care. I create my own stages, right? Like, I'll do my own thing. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with losing opportunities because I don't speak like you want me to speak. But I want to touch your soul. And I love what Sister Ashley was on because the ancestors went through hell. And we talk about, we talk about Mary McLeod Bethune. No, excuse me. C.J. Walker, Madam C.J. Walker. First Black millionaire and this, all of that. She wasn't the first Black millionaire. She wasn't the first Black person to educate Black people on wealth. She was the first Black person that could do it publicly. Because then before her time in the 1800s and way before that, there was Black folks doing tremendous things. They couldn't talk about it because they'd kill your ass. You'll be swinging from a tree. You'll be pregnant, hanging from a tree, and they'll cut the baby from your belly. That's intimidation and fear. You scared to get online and say some shit. Like, it's crazy, right? So Madam C.J. Walker was the first one able to talk about her wealth. And let me add, she was still under great pressure and peril during those times. So if you think you feel some heat or some stress in 2025, imagine what 1925 was like. You playing games, you playing small, you think that shit cute, and you think you got time. You ain't got neither. So part of what like calls and was yearning in me is like this drive to push people to actualize their greatness. And I don't really talk about this and I don't really get into this and I just try to stick to history and our thing, but like I want to challenge, I want to check you and your spirit because the ancestors speak to me. I don't care how that sounds. Y'all say God talked to you. Why can't the ancestors talk to me? But they always talk to me and they be like, one, you playing small. They check me first. And then they be like, yo, people, it's bullshit. You've been in them dungeons, Freddie. You've been through too many dungeons in West Africa. You've seen the peril the people have been through, the horrors, the grit, the fear, the stress. We talk about rising cortisone levels. Imagine your baby being ripped from your arms and sold across the nation or across the world. You have no idea where they are. Imagine that stress. You think you stressed? You think you stressed? Yet I heard like this YouTube or Instagram, I don't know, whatever. It was like a 7-year-old child talking about one day talking to her mother, tomorrow her mama's gone. Because her mama got sold, but she's 7 years old. She ain't got no concept of what the hell is happening. Mama left. They beaten me to a pulp. I don't even know my daddy. You think you got stress? 2025, we soft people. We soft. And you got so much genius inside of you, but ain't nobody ever chin checked your ass and been like, you bullshit. And again, I say this into the camera, but I'm looking at me right down here and I see me and I know I'm bullshitting too. What if your success literally could kill you? You feeding your family could kill you. Man, the police, we still under that danger. No, you ain't. You ain't under that danger. Listen, I am not gonna let the cops off the hook. Listen, I ain't letting nobody off the hook. If you know me, you know I ain't letting shit go. Right? So don't give me that shit. But you don't got the same pressures and stress of 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago, 400 years ago. You have no idea or concept. And because the people endured that shit, it's the reason you here today and you got these opportunities and we playing small with it. Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to just like chin check you. You're capable of so much more. And not only are you capable of so much more, I want to just put the direct pain on you. Your grandchildren deserve better. They deserve to have you hanging above their mantle on their fireplace because you made that much of a difference in their existence. I know that's the dream of all grandparents, right? To not only love them babies and all of that, but you want to give them the life that you never had and the opportunities and all of that. Well, how about you do it? And don't give me that age shit. I'm about to go out here and hang out with my 95-year-old daddy. And I'm telling you, 75-year-olds, he call you young. He be like, oh, young woman. Because he be talking, he be like, oh, he be like, people be like liking me. He said, shit, they should have seen me 20 years ago. Right? You out here thinking you about to go put a foot in the grave. He like, shit, I wish I was 75. You got so much life ahead of you. You got so much opportunity and viability. This to my 75-year-olds, my 65-year-olds, my 55-year-olds. You out here with a foot in the grave. You got all this life ahead of you. If you take care of yourself, I ain't saying keep eating that bullshit. Keep drinking that bullshit. Keep being on bullshit. I ain't saying that. I'm saying you're going to have to take care of yourself. You're going to have to walk. You're going to have to drink your water. You're going to have to get some rest. You're going to have to do all of those things. But maybe nobody ever chin checked you because you think that your age gives you privilege. Your age gives you respect. Work gives you privilege. The good thing is you're the one your family needs. Sister Jean talked about it. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm changing my mindset. She's 84 years young. What excuse you got? What's the bullshit you saying? Don't type it in the comments. I don't want to hear that shit anyway. We ain't listening to that. Regina, you feeling me like, hey, we ain't listening to that shit. We ain't listening to that. Your age nope, this ain't for somebody else. This for your ass. And I know don't nobody talk to you like that. That's why I love my seniors because I will talk to you that way. Not in person. I'm definitely different, right? like online, I'm tough, right? I'm tough online, right? First of all, my daddy might smack me if if you walk in here and hear me talking like this. That's why I'm a little low with my voice, right? But he know it comes in love, right? I love y'all. I love y'all, and we need y'all. You gotta need You got to lead the next generation of elders. I want you to have impact on your grandchildren and all of that, but we need like mentorship on how to be an elder in the community, how to communicate and connect and to learn these if any young people on there, I know I'm embarrassing myself because I don't really know what this is, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we gotta engage. We need cross-generational conversations to happen. And hopefully here at Urban Intellectuals, I want to help facilitate those things. But anyway, somebody got to chin check you to be great. That's what I'm getting at. Yolanda, I'm gonna let you in. Somebody drop Paula, you next. Yolanda, jump in here, wherever you want to go, sister. I'm sorry. I keep muting you. I'm gonna stop. All right. I don't know where you want to go, sister. Good luck.
Hello, everyone. It seems to be a recurring underlying theme of the next generation and our children. And so I do appreciate you. This is where I come to get my cup full on Sundays. I love the Sunday dinner. And so today you lifting us up and you whooping us at the same time, and it's much needed. You know, the call to action pricking our spirits, like I really felt that. But actually, I wanted to give a bit of a testimony. So I had from one of the Sunday dinners heard about the affirmation cards, and so I am a teacher, and I ordered them. And so that is, I don't teach history, and I have special education, and so that's not my subject that I'm supposed to be teaching. You know, I'm more yes, those are the cards, and so we have math, and time is so limited. And so what I did, I introduced them to the children and said, hey, at the beginning of each lesson, we're going to hit these cards real quick and real easy. And so they were intrigued. And one of the first ones was, tell me something you're proud to be Black about. And it was crickets. And as a teacher, you give wait time, you know, let people process, let them think about it. And as the time is ticking on, nothing. So then I said, okay, they need an example. So then I began to tell them things that I was proud to be Black about myself. And then they kind of caught on, but it was still hesitant. And it really puzzled me. So then I got to, and these students are not really special ed. A lot of them kind of behaviors act up. Nobody want to, you know, that kind of thing. So they're not really far down the line. And so this one young man still had nothing to say. And I asked him, I said, is there nothing that you're proud to be Black about? And he said, I wish I were white.
Wow.
And I said, what? And I said what to myself, because you got to learn not to, you know, show emotion. So I said, And I said, so why do you want to be white? And he said, because that's the color God is.
Ouch.
And that bothered me, and it still does today. And I said, God made us in his image. He looks like you. And so that was a tough pill to swallow. And so those cards, simple. Wow. And a lot of these kids, another one that was very poignant was telling them that I love them. I feel like nobody had told them. And they beat me down to do those cards. I better not forget. And they love them. And so, you know, it's just like you're building us up today. Our kids need to be built up. So I really highly recommend those cards. I like what sister, who was just on there, Regina, what she was saying. And many of us can start small. You have people in your family. I see it all the time. Students unable to read, Black students, people in your neighborhood. And she's starting small, going to the parents. We know how to read, so you don't need a PhD or MS or any of those things to just help and start somewhere. So I like what you said as far as age is just a number. If your purpose and your end were here, you would no longer be here. So it means you still are here for a reason. The other thing I wanted to say about Sister, I didn't write down her name, but she was talking about the museum, or she had a bookstore or something. I was at the DuSable Museum of African American History for Juneteenth. And
Chicago.
Yes. And so I met with Professor Griff, and he is part of, he, in conjunction with Dr. Khalid El Hakim, they have a Black History 101 mobile museum.
Yep.
It's a traveling exhibit. And so I don't know if she wants to connect, because a lot of these artifacts, you know, our seniors, they go, and sometimes their families throw things away that are so precious. And I found myself just amazed at the things that were there, seeing as how a lot of the artifacts are being removed, our history being removed. Just like the mother said on here, keeping those things are vitally important, especially, like I said, the underlying theme, our young people just do not know about it. And so, just like Brother Carl said, the children are the future, and they are woefully, and it's by design. They do not know our history. And with the seniors, the 95s, the 75s, and people going off, you know, we're losing a lot of it. So maybe she wants to connect with them, but thank you for pricking our spirits, and I feel energized.
Good. All right. I'm glad I could supply some agitation. That's it's one of my gifts. It's thank you. It's a blessing. Y'all been around, man. Y'all know I'm a mess. I like to enjoy myself and have some fun. I think we can have fun and do good work at the same time. Yes, Sister Yolanda, they loving it. I think you was talking about Sister Jean when you was talking about the museums. I think Fred Saffold, I think that's his last name. He's a Q here in Michigan. But he has a mobile museum as well, right? Like, so we can definitely connect all of that. If y'all are ever interested in connecting with us, or you're like, hey, Freddie, do you know somebody that might do whatever that you're looking for? You can always shoot an email to support@urbanintellectuals.com. We are interested in connecting our community with the community, right? This is the village that we need. Sister Paula, come on into the conversation before I take it somewhere else, girl. I will go left on you real quick. How you doing
Good
today?
evening. I'm doing good. First off, I want to thank you for your platform. This is my second opportunity to get on and to listen.
I
I
love it.
was on Juneteenth, and I got on this evening, and
Awesome.
I heard you say that we can get on and have a word if we wanted to.
Get it, girl. Get it.
Well, I don't have a lot of words. I'm 74 years old, and I grew up without a lot of self-esteem.
Mm.
But somewhere, I guess in my 30s, in my 40s, I started pulling myself out of myself.
Okay.
And I started working hard to be someone that I was proud of.
Mm.
And I managed to raise 2 kids on my own, and I'm very, very proud of them because they have excelled beyond my wildest dreams. And now I have grandkids and great grandkids. And something that you were saying today that I really am interested in was the number one, the private school information. And I had been thinking this myself, but hadn't voiced it to anyone because, you know, you can't pretty much just start talking about Donald Trump doing stuff that might make opportunities for us. Most of us don't want to hear anything good about Donald Trump. But this big, beautiful bill, like you said, I've been trying to get information on it and study it. And there are some things in that bill that I also saw as opportunities
Opportunity, yes.
for me and my children. I say that way because I am disabled. And I know you said we should keep our health good, but mine's already bad. And I just want to take care of
Well,
my family.
better, sis. Better.
Just want to take care of my family.
Yes.
And
There you go.
so I've seen some opportunities there. And one thing that I really want to take advantage of is the education, because I have also had to bring some of my grandkids who were in the second and third grade and couldn't read. I had to bring them into my household and teach them to read. And one of them graduated from high school this year.
I love it.
Uh,
Congratulations.
I want to do what I can in the community, and I have worked in the community. I still do with my sorority, but I have worked with Moms Demand Action Against Gun Sense. I had a child that was murdered, and so I got into that opportunity. So if there's any opportunity that opens up where we can get into a school system just for us or a private school that I would be able to get my kids into. We live in the Tampa area, and I would definitely be listening to your program on Sunday evenings, looking for that type of opportunity.
Excellent.
So I just wanted to give you kudos and say I'm very proud that you as a young man are stepping out and open up this platform. I hope that it grows, because I see that there's going to come an opportunity where we are again going to have to all come together to live our race. And I want to support you, especially if your platform is that opportunity. And that's what I see in your platform. So thank you very much for listening to me. I'm not giving you all advice. I'm just looking for answers.
Sister Paula, thank you. We definitely appreciate you for being here, for being engaged, and for coming on the mic, right? And I'll say this, it ain't just me, right? There's a whole, I'm fortunate to have a whole team behind me. Y'all just see me running my mouth, right? I just have the privilege of being out front, talking loud, and hopefully saying something. But there's definitely a team behind me that is doing like the actual work. So thank you for that. I will definitely pass along your blessings, and we appreciate you being here because this is about us, right? Now, I never like make no qualms. I let y'all know I'm not a martyr. I ain't trying to die for the cause or any of that. I want to create the platform so we can have an opportunity to, share the wealth with our team so that they can feed their families. But more importantly, that the families that we serve have an opportunity to grow and prosper as well. Like that crypto conversation. Like I want to have a lot of conversations even outside of history and culture, which I think is the core conversation. I'll never shy away from that. But I know that this economic conversation is something that we got to have. And like, I'm tied to like a lot of experts, y'all. It's not that I know anything. I just know a lot of intelligent people. And I don't have a problem letting them shine. Right. I don't have a problem letting them shine. I've been fortunate that I have terrific parents. I only talk about my dad. Y'all hear me talking about dad. Mom passed in 2019. But that household is amazing. I'm sternly set in who I am and the abilities and skills that I have, and I'm confident. So I don't have a problem letting other people shine on the platform. So as we continue to grow, I'll bring more and more experts to come and educate us. Because it's so many holes in our families and in our lives, so many conversations that we need to have. And I just feel like we need people that are courageous enough to let others shine. I think that's the best way to put it. Courageous enough to let others shine in their discipline and greatness. I want one my legacy, what I dream about is, man, brother Freddie put together a platform that brought us so many amazing people that it revolutionized. Did I get that right? Revolutionized our future, our family, our children, our grandchildren, our great grands. That to me, not Brother Freddie told me, Brother Freddie taught me, like, Brother Freddie made the platform, right? And then y'all are talking about the people. I dream to be Tyler Perry, right? And like, I'm like a lot of y'all that might be like, oh, Brother Tyler Perry, oh, I hate Medea, I hate this, and all of that. And I mean, I believe there's space for any and all of that, but I've grown to understand and appreciate the brother that he was playing chess, not checkers. And he built something that 50, 100 years from now that's still going to be here. And he created this platform that these people are going to benefit from. Like, the people that's going to have the most impact that come out of what he's done ain't even born yet, right? I want you to marinate on that. Like, they not even alive yet, but they're going to be born into a world where there is a Tyler Perry Studios, and they're going to have a chance to birth their dreams on the world, right? And hopefully they're positive and all of that great stuff. But like, I dream of creating stuff like that because there's so many brilliant people in our audience. Damn who I know. I don't even know a lot of y'all personally, but I know a lot of you come to the platform and you speak and you breathe life into the community, right? Like, it's so many of us. So I dream of creating that platform for us to just be spectacular. We're the ones we've been waiting for. We just got to create the platforms and opportunities for us to speak and talk on, right? I'll say that. Let me be quiet because I listen. Listen. If you've been around, Brother Freddie will lecture and talk until the cows come home, as they say. So I got Sister Elaine and Yvonne hands up. I'm coming to y'all. Sister Elaine, come on in here and save me before I run down another rabbit hole and we be here for a long time.
I'm trying to get on here.
Yes. How you doing? Oh, you were unmuted for a second. Now you're muted again.
Let's see.
There you go. We can hear you. Oh, there you muted. There we go.
No, what's going on?
We got you. That ain't nothing but the devil at work. Y'all know how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you was on. We heard you for a second. Now we don't hear you again. Elaine teasing us, y'all. Elaine, don't be like that. We want to hear what you got to say.
It says.
I see you. You unmuted. Don't touch nothing. Take your hands off the computer.
Okay. I hit the unmute button that time.
Okay.
And I'm not going to touch the.
Don't touch nothing. There we
start
go.
the video. Okay. Touch it. Well, hello, you guys. I am glad to be back. I must preface this by saying I must have missed something the Sunday prior to last Sunday, because I'm telling you, I searched all last Sunday, going through everything. And then I heard someone say you weren't even on last Sunday. So was that right?
That's
were not
right.
on
I was traveling
Sunday?
during that time. I hate to miss, but
were you not on last Sunday at all?
I was not on at all last Sunday.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. And we can see you. Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, at least now I know I'm not upset as much as I was before. I'm not upset as much as I was before because I thought I had missed everything. But I did make the Juneteenth and I did make ULIs for the 4th. Yeah. So I'm back here today having a ball.
Excellent.
But I got so many notes down here. I'm trying to see how to go down here quickly. Let me
Yes.
wave your hand if you lose my sound, because
I hear you.
sometimes in here it does. You okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hold this here. Anyway, I just want to thank you, number one, for the platform. For the platform. Okay, so for the platform that you offer us. And your daddy has already told me I'm a young thing at 77. So I welcome the other young lady that's going to be 77 next Sunday. We still have a lot to do. You know, growing up in the end of the 40s, beginning of the 50s and the 60s,
Wow.
parents who, if my parents were living right now, they would be 100. Learned a lot from them, but not enough, because there were things that they didn't know. So that just, makes me and compels me to do even more now, make me to do even more now. So what I would like to say, and every time I come on, I say this again and again, wherever God really has you right now, if you opened your eyes this morning, then you've got purpose. Now you gotta, if you don't know your purpose, and sometimes the purpose changes, other layers add on to it. But what I'd like to say to everybody is just take the time, figure out what you want to do. So many ideas came up, like about that library. I said, okay, I got to put that in here. I got to go work on that now. So what I'm going to do is I started already making a list, my own list of people that I'm going to contact, my organizations that I'm going to contact, because if I go to them with a strategic plan, then we can move this whole thing a little faster, specifically in terms of the library. Before the election in 2024, I worked so much on Project 2025 and Agenda 47. It was like coming out of my head. You know, we tried to get information out to people. Now I have people calling me saying, you know, I guess I didn't really listen to what you were trying to say. And I said, okay, you ready to listen now? But more than listening, they've got to, just like all of us, we have to look in that bill and see. We got to play, like you just said about Tyler, chestnut checkers. See, these white people over there, they always been doing that. So we got to be ahead of them. So the things that they put in there to hurt, we have to figure out how is that going to help. And that's only going to come from the knowledge that we get from what does that bill say, and you know how we're going to use it. Now, on the things that have been Cal and Medicaid, I'm probably going to get affected too. I have to look at that. That's what I'm studying so that I know. But you just said, don't be the gatekeeper and keep the knowledge to yourself.
Yes.
What I got to do is all of the aging groups out here, all of the young people have grandparents and all. So that's how I'm going to rope them in to get this information. And then the follow through. You can't just give the people the information and expect them to go out there and utilize it. You have to go back and you have to find out, okay, did you get this? Did you get that? Who did you speak to? You know, so I'm at home in terms of staying with my daughter right now. I'm not at my own home because of some health issues, but that does not mean that I have to stop working.
Yeah.
Long as my brain works enough, I can do something.
Yes.
So I just want to encourage everybody that's on here, no matter whatever age you are, take our generational. See, when we talk about the youth, we've got generational wealth. You have to just see what wealth is coming from each generation.
Yes.
So let me just be quiet, because I can go on like you, Freddie. But I love this, and just thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Turn this off here.
Yeah. It's always hard to turn it off, right? Because it's like you get going and then you get going, right? Then the y'all know in church the organists, they start playing that music. They get you all fired, they get you fired up.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be quiet. But I love it. Thank you. I'm glad y'all really enjoy the platform. We about to grow it, y'all. So I think I think we ready to cook, right? As they say, right? I'll be abused. Y'all know how the elders get. Yeah, I'm one of the elders now. I got enough distinguished gray hairs. I can be an elder. Um, the elders get a hold of something, right? Like we gonna run it into the ground, but we about to cook, right? Like so, y'all. I want y'all to know y'all invited to the Zoom, but as we start to advertise and promote this thing, everybody's gonna be pushed to the YouTube, and we're gonna keep our customers, our members, right? So Sankofa Club, Sankofa Circle, Sankofa Legacy Program, y'all always gonna be invited on the inside of everything that we do. But all of y'all that already signed up for this, you're gonna still get opportunities to come to the Zoom, but we're gonna start pushing people to the to the YouTube audience and grow it and make sure that this space, the talking space, is protected, right? Like that's a major concern of mine, because folks don't like when we come together, and they damn sure don't like when we start getting on one accord. They damn sure don't like when we start pouring into one another. Now they always say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and do your, why don't do, because y'all keep fucking with us. Right? Like I'm just going, I told y'all you gotta watch Brother Freddie. Brother Freddie be saying it like it need to be said, but they be fucking with us. They keep coming, destroying our towns. That burn down Black Wall Street ain't the only one. Every time we start anything, the Black Panthers, they infiltrate the program, break it down. All they was doing, they call them a terrorist group. They ain't, every time I hear that, and believe me, even Black folks say this, they were terrorists. I say, who did they kill? Name one person the Black Panthers killed or destroyed, blew up a building, any of that. And of course, they don't got nothing to say because all they did was love on Black folks and get Black folks to get out of the system and do for self. All the shit they tell us to do, right? Until you start doing it. And then you're a threat and you're a problem because everybody get rich on your back. That breath was me shutting up. Right? Because I'll go. I don't need y'all to jump in and have these conversations. But this ain't about Brother Freddie. Brother Freddie got a platform and he can talk anytime he want to. In fact, my team want me to talk more, but I'll be waiting for Sunday to talk to y'all. So anyway, Sister Yvonne, I got Brother Jason coming up. Come on in here, young lady. Hey, and if y'all are new here, I don't know if you picked up just yet. You should have a notebook so you can write down your thoughts or if you go talk and what you want to say, because as you see, the conversation it'd be meandering, but it's all powerful and insightful. So, Sister Yvonne, come on back into this discussion. I see a background up there. What we doing out here? Come on, Yvonne came out. She came out. She giving y'all the solar system on you.
Well, I'm actually, and I don't even see it. Usually I see it. Can you see my face? Because I'm not
I
looking
see
at
you.
that window.
Yeah, we see you, young lady. How you doing?
I'm okay. How you been? I'm glad you got there safe with your dad.
Thank you. I hear him in the next room with my brothers talking. So.
Oh, I just got able to where I could speak. I decided to today.
Good.
First, I'd like to say hello to my UI family. I've missed you guys.
We miss you.
I think I missed 3 family dinners. I've been thrown off since you switched to the Saturday, and I didn't realize it till Sunday.
Okay.
But and I was a little late attending the day before I had my seat at the table because I could not find a parking spot. So I had to go around the block a few times.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was your first question or your second question.
Okay.
But when you asked us that paragraph question, I just want you to know that was about 4 plates full. It was several of them that need to be commented and discussed per plate because it was just so much stuff. And I haven't finished the second plate, and I know somebody's going to have to roll me away from the table. So I would like to comment, and I've been running errands since we've been at family dinner.
Okay, okay.
But I would like to say a comment about our immunity system and taking care of us. And I've always been an advocate of natural and herbal and naturopathic meds. And there's times you have to get to the point where you can use them using Western medicine. So today I am really having a bad spill of CRS. And that's my professionally correct way to say I can't remember shit. For some reason, it's working today really hard. But for everyone that's going to get your supplements like ashwagandha and other things, I would first offer that you have your medical primary run a blood test. Okay.
Good advice. Good advice.
And don't ask me the name of it because I already told you about CRS today. But there's a test that shows your minerals and vitamin deficiencies. And I think you should get that first to set your plan for which supplements will work for you and where your body is at the moment.
Great advice. Great advice.
And I offer that from experience because I got so many bottles of supplements you would not believe. I could probably start my own pharmacy. But so I like to say that. The other thing I'd like to say is that I am 69 young this year.
There you go.
And every day it is one of my challenges to accept the fact that family, friends, colleagues, associates don't feel like I feel. They don't think like I think. And so I have to stop expecting them to show empathy if they don't have it, to show compassion if they don't have it.
Wow.
And I think there's enough business out here that people can make money but still be human. And a lot of people don't carry that thought. So I'm still struggling with accepting that.
Okay.
You know, I'd also like to say about the T-Rump that's in DC that
T-Rump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love black folks. We ain't gonna call his name.
I'd like to say I have got rid of my Verizon Fios. I haven't turned on my TV in months. But I've learned that if all of the primary news stations and all the other media formats, plus it's coming out of his mouth, is saying, look over here, I know I need to look to the opposite side and look ahead and underneath to see what they really doing. Because they're just throwing us out distractions, as Dr. Gwen said earlier. So I just would like to remind our family about that. And what I also like to comment on, if we do have to January the 27th, I offer that we begin to make our individual homes self-sustainable now. You know, be able to grow some veggies and things like that in your house. Start canning, or if somebody loves to can, for have them do it for the family, and everybody buy their ingredients and things like that. But do not be fearful, because it is what it is. And they've been trying to get rid of us for over 500 years.
Yes.
And we are blessed and favored. We have a special connection with the universe and the powers that be. And I've learning more about my true history that I thought I knew, and you taught me that I didn't with the with the two classes. But I have researched religion, the different religions, man-made religions, what year they started, things like that. As I went through different phases in my life. So that's what I want to say about that. And I want to talk about our children. I am a certified and master instructor for software, soft skills in Zoom, etc., and a substitute teacher. And I would like to say that we have to pass on our legacy. We had a conversation about creating stuff with AI and making sure we have our input so it is not his story, and that's real important. And we have to make sure that we pass it on. And if you're tackling that in your family, don't try to eat the whole watermelon at one time, and get some help. If there's someone else that has your heart about it, y'all decide, you do this one, I'll do that one. We'll get together with what we find. And that way you can cover more territory and to reach your ultimate goal.
Yes.
So I've said enough. I just wanted to jump in before you went down another rabbit hole.
I know you've been around long enough. Brother Freddie know to take that left turn.
I do. So everybody enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We appreciate you for communicating and participating and trying to almost keep me on task. Good luck with that one, though.
Oh, and Freddie, I just
Yes,
wanted
ma'am.
to remind you, afterwards, you're going to talk to your team about that Juneteenth versus July 4th video that you showed in the July.
I got it right here. I was planning to play it, but then we got into the conversation. I'll put it on. I'll put it on. I'll close out with it. How about that? I'll close out with it.
Well, that's good, but to me, that's a teaching tool.
Oh.
Okay, for my non-melanin friends, that's I heard say, I don't even know what the hell Juneteenth is. Okay, instead of me explaining it, I thought that did it superbly. So I asked you, could I download it, but I gave you a hint because I said, or can I purchase it?
I like the hint. I like that now.
So
It's on YouTube. I'm looking for the link right now. I'm about to drop it in the comments. Here it go. Here it go right here. They running an ad. They always doing ads. YouTube don't play with their ads, boy.
Oh, I know. And when I left premium, it's like I can't stand YouTube now.
Yeah. I haven't done that. My father is on the YouTube premium, and he's like, "What are you doing with these ads?" He doesn't.
It's gonna make me rob Peter to pay Paul.
Pay Paul, right. I dropped the link down there for the July video. So definitely use that. We appreciate you, sister.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Man, today has been definitely amazing, right? Been a plate full, right? As they say. I didn't get into my grandma references too much, but she appreciates y'all for being here. We definitely got some soulful. We got some soulful conversation. We got some soulful thoughts and growth. Yeah, in here, and it's like it's been It's been amazing. And I do want to play the 4th of July joint. Hey man, I want y'all to come and engage with y'all. I want come and engage with us. Um, Man, we creating this platform to make a difference. And I want to harken back to Sister Gwen, who was on earlier, right? It was one of the featured guests, one of the featured conversations throughout the whole 4th of July joint, and is like the backbone of what we do inside of the Sankofa Club and the Sankofa Circle, where we teach history to children and adults. Um, like in all of that, I like lost my thought that quick. That's crazy because I see Brother Al raise his hand, so I want to give him a chance to speak. But it's great to learn this information, but the application is what we need, right? I want y'all to know your history. I want you to know your culture, but I want you to be empowered and inspired by it to do something. I don't want you to learn it just to lure it over people's heads. I want you to know it, teach it to your children, your grandchildren, and great grands, so that they can use it as a weapon, right? We are a loving people, we are a forgiving people, but we are a people that are at war, and we need to wield this weapon. And I think in my video, I think I talk about it. But Amos Wilson talks about basically if history and culture, I'm gonna paraphrase, if history and culture wasn't important to money, power, political control, and all of these things, if it wasn't important, nobody would go out of their way to erase your history, to bastardize your history, to repaint you in the eyes of the world. And we talk a lot about the European and the West and that ideology, but don't you forget the East. Don't you forget that 1,000 years before the slave trade kicked off in 1455, Portugal, going westward. 1,000 years before that, it was going east. Y'all run to Dubai, you don't have no clue on what the hell is going on and how they got rich. And where does their gold come from? Ain't no goddamn gold in the Middle East. Like, you ever wake up and just think about shit? Like, ain't no gold over there. Where are they getting it? Okay, I'm gonna let you, Brother Al, I'm gonna let you in, and I'm gonna be quiet for a minute anyway. Then I'm gonna play my 4th of July video. It's like 4 or 5 minutes long. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. Brother Al, what you got to say, brother? Where you at? Where you diving into this word salad conversation salad?
The first thing I want to say is how much I appreciate the conversations, the perspectives that have been shared today. They have truly been a blessing to me. And it's been an affirmation of my belief that human beings were created. We didn't come from apes. We were created. And the affirmation of that is the different perspectives that were expressed today. The ability to listen to what people were saying, to feel whatever you felt about what they were saying, that to me is a testimony of Creator. Now, the other thing that I think about is that if what you come to believe to be true is in fact a lie, will you be psychotic? That's a question that came to me many, many years ago because and Carol Ann Conway, I don't know if you remember, she was the press secretary for Trump's first administration. She talked about alternative truths. When she first said it, I thought this lady is crazy. But when you look at the belief systems that are being displayed today, she hit the nail on the head. And you made a mention of something about propaganda, you know. And I think all the time being brainwashed. What is being brainwashed and how do you do it? Propaganda is one of the means of doing that. if I can create for you a false image and perspective as who you are, and that you are something less than a human being, and that the justification of you being less than a human being is that God is white. And since God is white and you're not white, then you're not one of God's creations, right? So we've lived with that, and the damage of that and the importance of knowing our history comes from that inhumanity perpetrated upon us. So for us to gain stability in our beings, knowing our history brings us validity and value in the essence of our being. So that's foundational. But the other thing that I think about is that we wrestle not with flesh and blood.
Mm.
The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. I posed a hypothesis that the first time I spoke, and that hypothesis was that we live on two spectrums. One is reality, and the other is truth.
Mm.
Reality is everything that man has done to man. Everything that we talk about has happened to us. The inhumanity of mankind upon us is real, but it's not truth. Truth is in creator, the purpose and reason for creation. And that to me is so fundamental about how we use our knowledge to overcome the inhumanities of man toward man. Dr. King made a statement, and this I've listened to many comments today. He said, if a man doesn't believe in something so strongly that he's willing to die for it, then that man is not fit to live.
Mm.
The heroes that we talk about of our past put their lives on the line, not for the sake of recognition, not for the sake of finance, but because they believed in something so strongly that they were willing to die for it. And I say that if we want to go forward, we must take upon ourselves that same courage of conviction. When it comes to the economics that we have, I think if we continue to submit ourselves to the current socio-economic system and we participate in it 100%, then we have to understand that that system that we're participating in is the very system that caused us to suffer the things that we suffered. So if we're going to build an economy, what about the economy that we build is going to be different from the economy that enslaved us?
Mm.
And how do we not use the same rationales and justifications to begin to vilify and demonize other human beings? We have to be careful about that we don't want to demonize other human beings, because I think we as a people, more as much as probably the American Indians, have suffered some of the grossest inhumanities that can be perpetrated. We know what that feels like. We know what that does to the psyche of beings. Why would we perpetrate that on anyone else, knowing what we know? Why would we allow that to be perpetrated on anyone else, knowing what we know? Where do we go from here? One of the things that Dr. King talked about. And I've said before, I believe, and I can only speak about my faith and my belief, that love is the key to the kingdom. And that love that was spoke about and called agape, I discovered in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13 chapter. And that love motivates me and guides me and tempers my perspective. Because when I was a young man, I felt it was my appointed duty to put white people in their place, because I knew some of my history. I'd been with Alvin Van Sertima and Dr. Clark and other brothers that of that time.
Wow.
I'd been with them because I wasn't going to allow white people to tell me that Jesus was white. Man, how can Jesus be white in the country in which he was born? That don't even make sense.
Don't even make sense.
So, but I knew if I made Jesus in my image, I've done nothing more than what they did. My understanding is that Creator is a spirit, and that spirit exists in each of us. We are the containers of that spirit. We are not the image of that spirit physically. What's inside of us is a manifestation of that spirit. And like I said, to have the ability to think, believe, and create anything you want to think, believe, and create, man, that was a lot of love. You think I would have given y'all that opportunity? Man, to knowing what you could think, believe, and create, you think I would have given that to man? No. You know, if it was left up to me, but Creator gave it to us. And it is up to us to decide what our truth is. And that's where the question came to my mind. If what you come to believe to be true is in fact a lie, will you be psychotic? And you look at this world in which we live today, there's a bunch of crazy people, and they come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and genders. Truth is the thing that we should be pursuing. And as we pursue truth, then we find that someone else says, "Know you the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Truth does that. Reality continues to imprison us. And reality is that man-made stuff that we face every day of our lives. When you go to bed, it's reality. When you wake up, it's reality. All through the day, it's reality. So we are challenged deeply to submit ourselves to reality, because the spirituality, you know, only God can do that. We can't do that, even though Christ said you will do all these things and more. But reality says, oh no, you can't do that. And so we submit to reality, and we take on the ways and methods and means of reality to satisfy what we consider to be justice. And when it comes to the civil rights movement and all the things, and I've said this before, I thought when I was marching and sitting in that we had solved a lot of these problems of race. Man, we made some headways with civil rights, but human rights, man, we were a long way from that. And when we look at this president that we have now, and there's a whole bunch of people that ain't Black that's now being treated as if they were. And we have to engage in this unifying, because as long as we continue to fight from a divided vantage point, you know, we're gonna fight each other. And somebody talked about the oligarchs, the rich people, they're gonna continue to gain more wealth, because this country was not founded by everyday ordinary people. This country was founded by the rich and the elite of that time.
Period.
And democracy was only a buzzword because we don't pledge allegiance to the democracy. We pledge allegiance to the republic for which it stands. We seem to think that if we had a democracy, then Trump would not have won, because the majority of votes would have made that not so. So propaganda, brainwashing, we have to be careful as to what truth we've decided to submit ourselves to. Because Caroline Conway said there are alternative truths. And so we have to figure these things out for ourselves. And again, for me, love is the key. And it takes more courage, it takes more strength, it takes more stamina to operate in love than it does in hate or revenge. And when I think about reconciling, Man, this is really tough. To reconcile, it requires two main ingredients. One is forgiveness, and the other is repentance. But if you forgive, you're a sellout. If you repent, you're a sellout. White people can't say that they were wrong. That takes too much. We can't say that we forgive. That takes too much. Look at what our ancestors put up with. Look at what they would. And that's what I said too. We forgive. It takes spiritual courage because carnally, man, we don't have it. So anyway, I want to be like everybody else and say, man, I appreciate this platform. I appreciate that I was so blessed to hear the perspectives of so many different people because that is a blessing.
Yes.
And I encourage people to speak up. I wasn't going to speak up. And then you said something about this platform is for you to speak up. And I said, well, okay, let me speak up. But I encourage people to speak up because we learn so much from each other. And it is a blessing. And thanks, Urban Intellectual, for doing this. I appreciate it very much, my brother. Be blessed.
My man, thank you, brother Al. I'm glad you decided to speak up, and I want Al's encouragement there, at least at the end. And first of all, shout out to everybody that spoke up today, right? Y'all are the ones that really make this Sunday special, right? I love to hear the sound of my voice, but the experience, the insight, the depth, the context to the conversations are really supplied through your participation. And brother Al, if you didn't come through at the end and put this bow on this conversation today, right? Then we leave a little bit lacking. That's like the macaroni not having that special grandma elbow in there. We ain't gonna give away the seasoning tip, right? But it's important, man. So this is why I think the conversation that's lacking in our community is us, and it's a participatory conversation. So I definitely appreciate you, brother Al, sister Yvonne, sister Gwen. Trying to think of everybody that talked today, brother David, brother Carl. Two Yvonne's, I remember that. Sister Jean. If I miss your name, I apologize. I should be writing it down. But this is what really makes Sunday special. It's us, right? And let me shout out Sister Yvonne, who I gotta comment this, right? She said, "Welcome and definitely come back. My family knows not to text or call me on Sundays between 3 and 6 p.m. I love it. I energize from it and sets the mental focus for the upcoming week." I love that. That's like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just so glad and appreciative that y'all enjoy this space and that y'all continue to show up and we show out. We have an engagement. I can tell you moving forward, we about to lean into growing this space and really getting it out there. But we're gonna be pushing people to YouTube, right? So there's gonna be an audience in the rafters, if you will. But the Zoom platform, y'all are all continue to get the Zoom invite so that you can participate in the conversation directly by raising your hand. I encourage you to do that because the community needs to hear from you. I think there is an abundance of insight, education, and things that we need to know that's in the audience that's always bundled up, and you get podcasters and people that want to be famous and be talking and all of that good stuff, laying down their view on our situation. But I think that the collective genius of our community is what we need to lean into. And that's what we are creating. That's what we are creating here. It's not Brother Freddie, it's not Urban Intellectuals, it's us, right? And y'all are here early. We've been doing this since I think September, October of last year, and it's just getting started, right? So over the next year, you're going to see a lot of growth, but it's because that we have been here engaging, but I want to take these things to action. I want you to be inspired. I love Sister Dr. Anita says, I come on Sunday to get my fire for the week. And Sister Yvonne mentioned that I come on Sundays to get my fire. Now, Brother Freddie gonna be cooking on what the youth be doing. I'm gonna wear this out till I actually figure it out. But go do this to your grandchildren. When they say something you like, just do this to them. And they're gonna be like, Grandma, where you get that from? Right? Be like, Brother Freddie showed me. Right? Brother Freddie was hanging out with the youth, man. So they do this. I just know they like it. Like if they like it, if they like something, they doing this, right? It's a good thing. So we can be old together, y'all. We out of touch. But I think it's important that we gain insight into what the youth are doing, because that's who we want to impact and grow with. So we need a relationship with them. We need to understand their communication styles. We need to talk to them. We need to create open sense of dialogue. They need safety. In fact, next week, if y'all new here, every second Sunday, we have the youth come. They're going to do a lecture. They are going to educate y'all next week. Y'all come on. Second Sundays at Sunday dinner, our Sankofa Club Kings and Queens, right? Inside the Sankofa Club, we every 3 months they rotate Kings and Queens, and they do monthly presentations to one another, peer-to-peer education. Listen, there's nothing like urban intellectuals and what we're doing, particularly for the youth, right? But we have our Black History and Leadership training inside of our Sankofa Club. It's going to be called the Sankofa Nation. I got to start saying that. But our kings and queens, which are the members of the club, they present to one another and they educate one another. So we invite them on every second Sunday to come to Sunday dinner and educate and engage the elders. So y'all going to see that next week. I don't know what they're presenting. They present stuff that's on their heart, their spirit, and y'all, they got slides and everything, like literal presentations. But this is public speaking. This is confidence building. This is everything. And this is what we offered out of the back of 4th of July, getting into our program, having Sister Gwen and Brother Damon Tyler pour directly into your young people, into your children, your grandchildren, your great-grands. It's just a phenomenal program. So I don't know. Like I say, if you're new here, hey, welcome to the Terror Dome, right? This is a lot. We do a lot around here at the organization, but at the center of it is you and your family, and we want to create resources that help you pour into them better, right? And I want to ramp up these conversations around the opportunities around the big beautiful bill. I want to somebody put it in the comments, hey, we should talk about crypto and what is this stable coin conversation, right? So I'm separating the audiences. So we're going to do like the YouTube for the newbies, right? But y'all been rocking with us. Y'all will be here on Zoom. But I want to start creating space to bring in experts to kind of have these conversations, and then creating a platform where you can ask them directly. Like I said, I got a pretty extensive network, but you're going to start seeing that over the next few weeks as I'm really just getting my footing on exactly what I want to create here, right? But I don't want to lose the input from the audience, right? So the next couple of weeks, y'all might see just some things like just a little difference. I'll be testing things, right? But we're gonna run it out. We're gonna roll this out, and we're gonna get serious about this platform. But because it all started on the side. This has just been a pet project of mine, and it's clear that our audience need this. We need to hear from one another. We don't need to just hear from Brother Freddie and even his network, which I think is strong, but we need to hear from you. We need your collective genius to be poured into one another, but we need action, right? On a week-to-week basis, we need you to take this inspiration, these insights, and go into your life and go into your family and start to implement these things, right? So that you can start having some of the wins that some of the people shared today, right? I want you to leave with the spirit of love. As Brother Al said, right? I want you to leave with the spirit of cooperation. I want you to leave with the spirit of we got everything we need to be everything we need, right? We have always been the solution. We have always done tremendous things as a people for humanity, not just for Black folks, right? That's why you always hear us talking about Black history as world history. And it's a history that everybody deserves to know because they all are being lied about. This isn't just a Western thing. I just want you to understand that East, that Middle East, which is bullshit. There's no such thing as the Middle East. The Asians, the Russians, the East in general, everybody demonizes us. They make money on us. They stay on our backs and everything else. It's time for us to come together globally. I appreciate the Foundational Black American Movement, FBAs, but we are global people and we got a global issue. It's time to come together, all of us. And that's what everybody fears. This is what I need you to understand. That's what everybody fears. Because once you get on the other side of slavery and that chasm, you start to realize that the world is Black and it's been influenced by us and it's been led and generated and inspired and educated by us from the science to the arts. And that's what nobody wants to see again. But that's what the world needs. We're the solution. Trump, I love it. I love it. That brother, I think it was Brother Al said it. There's a lot of people have said it today. What if Trump was here to remind our spirit that we need? Now, I want to speak to my Christians out there. If you believe in divine order, this is part of the process. But this is the part where you got to lean in and do the fucking work. You can't just fall on your knees and pray it away. You got to lean in and do the fucking work. Now's the time. Right? I dare you to be great. I dare you to share your greatness with your young people. I dare you to inspire them. I dare you to lead them. I dare you to be all those things when you're in the mirror and looking at yourself and knowing that God put everything in you that you already need, right? Give me a me in the comments if you know that your deity, give me me. Come on, I want my me's. Give me that me in the comments. I want that. Give me that me in the comments if you believe that God put everything in you to handle everything in front of you and to create the reality that you want. Don't just pray about it, be about it. I dare you to be great. I dare you to actualize that. I'm going to play the 4th of July video that the sister was hollering about, or excuse me, was talking about. But I just want you, I want to leave you on that note. I just dare you. If you actually believe in the deity, why are you scared? Why are you fearful? This is the situation. This is the time to step up. It's your time. It's your time. Let me give you that. Bang. We gonna come back. We gonna make young people hate this. They gonna change to something else, y'all. But me, right? I got my me's. Well, it's up to those me's, right? It's our time. But you're capable, you're ready. I believe in you. I love you. We support you here at Urban Intellectual. This whole family and commerce community support you, right? Anytime you have some doubt and reservation, come on back to Sunday dinner. You just need a nice, good heaping helping, right, of love and encouragement in the form of Sunday dinner. Some food, right, for the soul, some collard greens, some neck bones. Some of y'all don't eat pork. That's cool. Some of y'all vegan and gluten free and all of that. That's cool too. I love y'all too, right? But you gonna get this sweet potato pie. Y'all know I love sweet potato pie. Lord, I gotta get some sweet potato pie. I appreciate y'all for being here though. If it is to be, it's up to me. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't if y'all love the Lord and y'all think the Lord and y'all want to sing the praises like that, then don't just talk about it. I dare you to live it. I dare you to live it. And that's exactly what we need as a people. That's what your family need. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna close out with this video. Any questions you got or whatever, you can drop it down in the comments. But I'm gonna go get out. I'm gonna go love on dad. I'm gonna see some of my childhood friends. I'm gonna go live a little bit of life today. But thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for participating. You make this a special space. Until, as I always say, love. Until next time, good people. Love, peace, and power to the people. I'm gonna drop this video on you. Oh, did I already put it over there? I'm over here giving y'all hand gestures and all of that. There we go. Oh, is there a difference, right? That flag, this holiday is something else, y'all. And I know it sparks a lot of feelings in a lot of us, and we're gonna talk about them today. I want you to know that. We're definitely about to get into it. In fact, in a minute, it's the 4th of July. So let's read this Declaration of Independence. This is the freedom that was supposedly given to everyone on 1776, right? 4th of July, 1776. My father knows this by heart, by the way, which is when I was reading it the other day, I was like, why do I know this? And I hear him reciting it a lot because he feels it's the same joke that I do, right? But when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another and to assume among the powers of the earth the separation and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the cause which impelled them to separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, while I was reading that, you probably had a face that looked something like this. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Why'd you lying? Why'd you lying? Why'd you lying? And I think Frederick Douglass said it best in 1852. He said, what to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him more in the year the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is a constant victim. Constant victim. And this is what we are consistently finding ourselves in the middle of. Beyond 1776, what's really changed? That flag still is held over you, but is it for protection or is it to hold you down? Here's a quick video we put together that I think sums it all up so we can wrap this conversation and roll into a present day one that's also really interesting. Take a listen to this. Fireworks, flags, freedom songs. Every July 4th, America celebrates its independence. But here's the question, whose freedom are they celebrating? Because when the Declaration of Independence was signed, our people were still in chains. While they toasted liberty, we were being hunted, sold, whipped, and silenced. This isn't about being unpatriotic. This is about being honest. So let's talk about it. 10 reasons. The 4th of July was never our Independence Day. 1, 1776 didn't free us, it freed the slave owners. When America declared independence, black people were still legally owned. We, the people, didn't include us. In fact, many of the men who signed that document held our ancestors in bondage. Let's be real, they wanted freedom for themselves, not for us. 2, the Constitution protected slavery. The original U.S. Constitution didn't abolish slavery, it protected it. The 3/5 compromise didn't just dehumanize us, it turned our existence into political currency. They counted our bodies to gain power, but denied us humanity. 3, Frederick Douglass told the truth. In 1852, in one of the most powerful speeches ever delivered, Frederick Douglass asked, "What to the American slave is your 4th of July?" His answer, a mockery, a sham, a celebration of freedom while millions were still enslaved, and over 170 years later, that question still hits. 4. While they celebrated, we were escaping. There were no cookouts for us, no fireworks. We were running through forests, through swamps, through terror. Our independence didn't come with a declaration. It came through defiance. 5. They replaced slavery with Jim Crow. A time, even after emancipation, freedom was never full. They gave us segregation, lynchings, redlining, voter suppression. From 1776 to 1965, black folks were still fighting for basic rights. That's not independence, that's survival. 6, the flag flew over every injustice. When Emmett Till was murdered, the flag was flying. When COINTELPRO infiltrated our movements, the flag was flying. When George Floyd called out for breath, the stars and stripes were still waving. Freedom isn't about the flag, it's about who it protects. 7. Black veterans fought for a country that didn't fight for them. We fought in every war, revolutionary, civil, world wars, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, and came home to second-class citizenship, police brutality, and disrespect. We were always good enough to fight, but never good enough to be free. 8. Freedom was always conditional for us. Be twice as good. Be quiet. Be grateful. Then maybe you'll get your slice of the dream. But if you protest or speak out, say Black Lives Matter, you're told to leave the country. That's not freedom. That's manipulation. 9, they sell patriotism to avoid the truth. The parades, the pledges, the songs, all designed to make you forget the stolen land, the stolen labor, the stolen lives. They celebrate the illusion so they never have to confront the truth. 10. Our Independence Day was never July 4th. We celebrate Juneteenth. We honor resistance. We fight for truth. Because black freedom was never given. It was fought for, built, protected, and it's still unfinished. So when the fireworks start, when they sing about freedom and justice for all, remember, we weren't part of that story, but we are writing the next one. Because black liberation has never been about their holiday. It's about our history, our fight, our future. And we're not asking to be included anymore. We're building something of our own. We're not asking to be included anymore. We're building something of. Nah, I go in with that. We're not asking to be included anymore. We're building our own. That's the energy and spirit I want to leave you with here today. If you didn't engage us on 4th of July, shame on you, because our speakers really brought it and our message really came home. But y'all are connected to Urban Intellectuals. I appreciate y'all being here. Man, we got so much more coming. I want to say a lot. I ain't gonna do it. I appreciate y'all spending the time. Hey, if this is your first time here at Urban Intellectuals on Sunday dinner, listen, 1 to 3 is kind of a joke. Right? Oh, is it 1 to 3? No, 3 to 5. I think we do like 3 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. That's kind of a joke, right? Like, I don't think we've ever, only time we actually only spend 2 hours together is when I'm traveling and like, I literally gotta go, right? So y'all on the inside, it's a joke, right? Like we're typically going 3-4 hours. We've gone as long as 6 hours. We're not gonna do that today. I appreciate y'all. This first time. Hey Betty, welcome to the family. We definitely appreciate you. Yeah, so we see that in the emails. Just get a little giggle with us, right? Because our long timers, right, learned that my first time, right? Cassandra, right? Like it's hilarious. So the team, I told them to expand it, but they was like, "Hey man, we just gonna leave it at 2 hours. You might actually end at 2 hours one day, right? Like it never happens because I love this space. I love this space, and apparently y'all do as well. So we're just gonna grow it, but just know it's only 2 hours, right? We only gonna be at grandma's house 2 hours. Y'all remember how y'all used to lie to your children Or maybe you with the children getting lied to. Hey, we only gonna be there for 2 hours. We're gonna go have this meet. We gonna eat. We gonna see the family. Then we gonna get up out of here. Y'all ain't never getting up out of here, right? Your favorite cousins show up. Listen, hopefully I'm your favorite cousin, right? Either I'm your favorite cousin or I'm that cousin. I'm one or the other. It's like either my favorite cousin or that cousin. Either way, we gonna be out back enjoying it, playing some spades. Y'all don't want them spades, right? I play that game now. I'm serious on that game. Cutthroat. I'm a winner. And I play bid, so don't y'all come here. I know, don't try me. Don't try me. I got range. I play dominoes. I'm in there. I'm talking all the mess. I'm the loud one. And I'm that cousin. I'm that favorite cousin, y'all. Or I'm that cousin that y'all don't like, right? Love and appreciate you, brother. Oh, thank you, Asada. I appreciate that. First time I can sit here and learn that there. Yeah, you're gonna get some lessons around here, but it's a beautiful space. And we just getting started, right? And I promise as an organization, we're gonna invest in this space. It's gonna get better and better, right? Um, we're gonna be looking for volunteers to assist during this space. I just want to alert y'all to that. People who are kind of taking notes, if you will, because there's a lot of great information that comes out from y'all. And when you got 4 or 5 hours of content, we got a team. The team ain't that deep. They can't scour the information. But just imagine if you're listening to the conversation and you're like, oh, Brother Al was cooking at, hour 3:45 into 3:59 or whatever. Brother Al he said this. Then that would make it easier on our editing team to go in and clip certain things that make sense with sharing with our audience. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. Y'all will see. Oh, Mildred, thank you for that. Yeah, I'd be interested. I appreciate that. I'll get a formalized system. I've been talking about it, but I haven't. This is the first time I like kind of said it. But we'll get like a formalized system to sign up for that. But we definitely appreciate those that are paying attention on a weekly basis to find the nuggets of wisdom that we can share with the greater audience that's not seeing it. And then we can use that to grow the Sunday dinner environment. That's what I'm looking for. So isn't there AI assistant? Take notes. Yeah, they do, but ain't nothing like nothing like black folks that know what resonate with black folks, right? So I think we do the AI thing, but Adela, me and tech, I ain't the one, right? Right? Like I need the team on to assist with the tech stuff. But also it's their weekend, right? And they work hard all week. So I try not to have them working. And, I'll go 6 hours. So I don't necessarily want them just on hanging out. There's a lot to it, right? And if I had some tech skills, I got some tech skills, y'all. I'm not totally ignorant to it. But y'all know if there's a problem, then it's probably me. Like I'll look into it. Thank you, Adela. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can use AI as long as you are aware of it. Yeah, the biases. That's the thing. AI ain't been to grandma's house. AI don't know what that peach cobbler tastes like. You know what I'm saying? AI don't know about the cousins in the basement shooting dice, right? Like AI don't. Okay, did I say that? I said that. I literally just said that, right? Like I gotta shut this down. I gotta get off it, right? Clearly, but AI don't know about these things. AI don't know about the conversations in the corner. AI don't know that Auntie be saying too much, right? Like AI don't know about they just don't know us. So there's nothing like people that's been there that had those experiences to know that really what resonates with us. So that's what I'm looking for. And there's so many gems that came out of today, right? Would y'all agree with that? Like the brilliance is the room. I appreciate y'all heaping the respect on me, but the brilliance is the room. It's y'all, right? It's really the gems that y'all bring, y'all drop. I don't know the Bible like that. That brother David gives us the Quran perspective, right? We have atheists come through, had enlighten us on things. We have philosophers, we got teachers, we got doctors, we got professionals, we got people with lived experience. It's just a beautiful combination of folks pouring into one another in a positive way. And I want you to understand it's always going to be a positive way because if you get negative, I'll ban your ass. Right? Like, we're going to protect this space. It's going to be honest. It's going to be open. It's going to be respectful. Or I'll just boot you and ban you. Right? Like, I don't got no problem. Here's another thing I want you to understand. I don't got no problem being the bad guy. Right? Like, we're going to protect this space at all costs because it's beautiful. And we're growing individually as our families. We're pouring into one another. I want us to mentor us. Right? The elders, you got so much to offer. I love it when somebody said, if your assignment was done, you wouldn't be no longer here, but you're still here. So there's something that you still got to give. And guess what? I want to give you the microphone to share your wisdom with the next generation. We got to even nurture, we got to nurture the next generation of elders. We always talk about the youth. I love the youth. I want to pour into them as well. But them 40, 50, 60-year-olds need mentoring as well. What does impact look like in your 70s, 80s, and 90s? People are living longer. What better way to learn than at the feet of the elders, right? So there's a cross-generational conversation that needs to be had. We have them here on Sunday dinner. So thank y'all for being here. Thank you for trusting me, and thank you for enduring my potty mouth. Grandma gonna get me. She acting like she ain't gonna give me no more sweet potato pie, but I'm grandma's favorite, y'all. I want y'all to know. I know she love y'all. I want y'all to know she love y'all like play cousin. But but I'm the favorite, right? I'm the favorite, and don't tell me no different. But I know grandma tell y'all all the same thing. She lying to y'all. I'm the favorite. But we love you. And if you grandma, I love you definitely for sure. And Papa, you in the building, I know. And grandma, Papa just be in the back, doing his thing. But we appreciate all of y'all for being here. I don't take this lightly that y'all hang out with me every Sunday, even though I know I'm that cousin. I know I'm the one. That's all right. We all got space in this family, right? We all got space in this family. But I definitely appreciate y'all, man. This is like super dope. To get it, and my only promise is tomorrow we will be better. Right. I know there are a lot of holes and I got to get my presentation together and all of that good stuff. But tomorrow, as an organization, we'll be better. And if you have any issues, questions, problems, you can always email support@urbanintellectuals.com. This is our platform. This is our platform. I want you to take ownership. If somebody talking crazy, check them, even if that somebody is me, right? It's okay. This is our platform. And we're going to create the future that we need. See you next Sunday, God willing. Absolutely. Next Sunday is the children. It's the second Sunday, y'all. And if you are down on the young people, you are about to be blessed. And you can see what that next generation is about. They cooking, y'all. Oh. I don't know what they call this, but they be like this. We gonna do this next week. Next week, I need y'all on camera, and then when they in it, I need y'all to be doing this. I'm gonna do the gallery joint, and we need to be doing this to embarrass them because they gonna love it. I'm getting y'all hip now. Y'all gonna love your young people gonna love you when you do this in front of them. I promise y'all that. All right. Anyway, thank y'all for being here. Freddie, come on, brother. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Y'all just allow me to be me, man. I'm corny and I love it. right? This is how God made me, y'all. If you got issues, you take it up with your deity. He made me like this. She made me like this, I'll say. Anyway, that's another conversation. We're gonna have that one too. Thank everybody for being here. Love, peace, and power to the people. Have a good evening, everybody.
Good night. Have a blessed evening. Enjoy your time with the family and friends now.
Yes, I will. I just thought about it. I was like, oh, I should end with
Dad.
Oh, dad out. He out there living his best life right now. I can't pull him away. I would pull him away, but you know, he love his children. So I'm gonna let him live, you know. But maybe next week I'll try to get him on, right? I gotta check my super senior. Yeah, my super senior be busy. I don't even think I mentioned he had knee surgery. He had knee replacement surgery. So like, and he's still super busy. It's like crazy. He's 95, y'all. But he had knee replacement surgery because he wants to continue to travel the world with us, right? But
Uh-oh, you frozen. Okay.